fear of the telephone is real. It's easy for someone else to say, "Oh, don't be afraid of the telephone, it won't bite." Maybe the telephone won't bite, but the potential rejection from follow-up telephone calls is enough to paralyze us. We react to this fear with excuses such as, "It's too early to call. It's too late to call. The prospect might be having dinner. The prospect could be tired after a long day at work." Yes, our fear of the telephone continues. Our leader tries to help by telling us stories of heroes who failed. They say such things as, "Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times," rejection, and hit 714 home runs, success, in his career. Isn't that an inspiring story? No, it's not an inspiring story. Babe Ruth felt bad 1,330 times. We don't want to feel bad. We want to avoid rejection. Well, here's how to guarantee rejection. Many times we create rejection by asking direct questions that force our prospects into a corner. No one likes to be put on the defensive. Here are some questions and statements that will make... Well, have you finally made up your mind? I just called to see if you're now ready to spend money. The industry's never seen a company like this one. We're projected to be number one. Don't be a loser and miss your chance. These logical and emotional triggers don't work. These high-pressure sales techniques are from the door-to-door salesmen of the 1960s. They have no place in today's world. The prospects feel pressured by these statements and make the decision, "I'll never answer this person's telephone call again. This is stressful, distasteful, and humiliating." So the prospect tells us no in a variety of ways just to get off the telephone call. They make up excuses and say, "Hey, it's not for me. I don't do these types of things. I have to talk this over with my attorney, my spouse, my friends, and the squirrels in the backyard. The timing isn't right for me. Doesn't look like a good time today, and tomorrow isn't looking very good either. I just found out that a part-time business is against my employer's policies. I don't have any time. I just bought the full release of my favorite soap opera. And I'm afraid that if I earn any money, I'll be in a higher tax bracket." Well, here's how to avoid rejection. Technique number 1. Give value. When you give value, prospects look forward to your telephone call. They know you have their best interests at heart and they'll receive something valuable as a result. Your telephone conversations could go something like this. "Hi, John, Joe Distributor here. We talked briefly last week about my nutrition business and I just got free tickets to this year's Natural Food Fest. Would it be okay if I mailed some tickets to you so that you and your family can enjoy the festival?" "Hey John, Joe Distributor here. When we were at the opportunity meeting last week, you mentioned that saving money was important to you and your family. Well, the top tax accountant in the state is giving a free seminar on Friday. Thought you might like to attend. Here's the details." "Hi John, Joe Distributor here. Last week when we talked, you had to leave quickly to pick up your daughters from school. I know you're busy, but wanted to know if you'd like me to send you a copy of the new CD, Creating Wealth While You Sleep. Are you closing your prospect on this telephone call? No? Are you creating rapport and keeping the lines of communication open? Yes. Your prospects won't dread your future telephone calls as they see you delivering value into their lives. Sometimes it takes a while for the prospect to feel comfortable with you. Each impression or encounter moves the prospect closer to a better relationship with you and your opportunity. Often you hear distributors moan, "Nobody returns my telephone calls. I leave a voicemail message, yet no one returns my calls." Well, the number one reason prospects don't return your telephone call is they don't want to talk to you. They're afraid of some high-pressure sales pitch by a caller who is only concerned about himself. They don't want to spend time on the telephone with a selfish, rude salesperson. Providing value is one way to get prospects to return your telephone call. Here's technique number 2 on how to avoid rejection. Update and ask a favor. In Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he taught that one of the best ways to win over another person was to ask that person a favor. It's magic. So instead of just pushing our prospect for a decision, we can give our prospect a short, non-threatening update, and then ask a small favor. Want an example? Say, "Hi John, Joe Distributor here. Our company just announced that this year's convention is going to be in Hawaii. You have relatives there, right? I just wanted to know if you could ask them about the best tourist places in Hawaii. I want to make sure my wife and I won't miss something really good. That's a short update and then a little favor. Easy. And if John wants to go to Hawaii for free, John knows to ask you about how to qualify. Now, the update you pass on to your prospect doesn't have to be brand new news. Any news will do. Almost anything you announce about your business will be new to your prospect, so you should have plenty of ideas of what to say. Technique number 3 on how to avoid rejection: agree and ask for a referral. Part 1, say that it's okay not to act now. Part 2, ask for a referral. And here's an example of this technique. Hey John, Joe Distributor here. I know you don't have any interest in joining our business, but could you do me a favor? Our company just launched a free travel program, and I was wondering, do you know anybody who loves to travel a lot? Now, lots of things are happening in this example. First, when you said, I know you don't have any interest in joining our business, your prospect was relieved. Your prospect thought, oh, terrific. He's not going to pitch me. I feel better already. Second, when you said, but could you do me a favor? Your prospect thought, gee, you're such a nice person. You didn't try to sell me or force me to make a decision when you called. Of course I'd love to do a favor for you. Your prospect feels good about your telephone call, and your prospect has 3 options. 1, give you a great referral of someone who loves to travel. 2, say, hey, I might be interested. I love to travel. Let's talk. Sometimes things change for your prospect, and now this business is a good fit. And number 3, you could say, thanks for calling, but no, I don't know anybody who loves to travel at the moment. I'll let you know if I think of someone. In all 3 options, the communication lines stay open. You haven't offended your prospect or caused the prospect to avoid future telephone calls. Here's another example of this technique, and I like this example even more. All we have to do is change the first sentence from, I know you don't have an interest in joining our business, but could you do me a favor? In this second sentence, we assume that the prospect will join us in the future, when the prospect's timing is better. This makes it easier to reopen the conversation about our business opportunity, but still lets the prospect off the hook for now. So now our conversation sounds like this. Hi John, Joe Distributor here. I know the timing wasn't right when we last talked about my business, but could you do me a favor? Our company just introduced a fast start bonus, so a new distributor can earn $1,500 in their first 30 days. Do you know anyone who could use $1,500 in the next 30 days? And then sit back and let your prospect talk. Easy and non-threatening. Or maybe it would sound like this. Hey John, Joe Distributor here. I know the timing wasn't right when we last talked about our quick slim body kit, but could you do me a favor? Do you know anybody at your gym who's working out to lose weight? This month, the company is adding a free food planner in all the kits they ship. And here's the upside of rejection-free follow-ups. You followed up with your prospects. You didn't high-pressure your prospects or make them want to avoid your future telephone calls. In fact, your prospects enjoyed your telephone call. You shared some news, asked for a small favor or referral, or gave your prospects more value in their lives. In doing this, you created a better, stronger bond with your prospects. Whether they decide to do business with you or not, you've still added to your biggest asset in life: your relationships with other people. Relax. It's not about you. You have a gold-plated vision board of all the things you want from your business. Your action plan is taped to your bathroom mirror. Your to-do list is updated daily. You can almost smell the impending success in your business. Only one problem: fear. Fear of the telephone, fear of talking to prospects, fear of rejection, and, yes, fear of follow-up. Why all this fear? Because you're only thinking about yourself. You worry if the prospect will like you or if the prospect will say no. You are completely focused on your feelings. Think about your prospect. It's easy to get rid of all these fears by simply focusing all your mental energy on serving your prospects. When you focus on your prospects, there is no room in your brain for worrying about yourself and your feelings. Try this mental exercise before you follow up with prospects. Say this to yourself: I want to answer my prospect's questions. I want to help my prospect change his life. I want my prospect feel confident about trying a new business. I want to give my prospect confidence that I'm here to have opportunity so that he has options. I want to let my prospect know that I care enough about him to follow up. I want to let my prospect know that someone cares. My obligation is to let my prospect know about my opportunity. The rest is up to the prospect. Feel different? This little exercise on focusing your thoughts entirely on your prospect leaves no room for fear in your mind. It's easy to do, and you'll feel better almost immediately. Your prospect will respond more favorably to your opportunity because the prospect feels your concern and interest in them. So instead of chanting affirmations, staring at your vision board, and thinking about all the stuff you want, simply make your whole conversation about the prospect. Just think of your follow-up as a service to the prospect. Think, hey, my obligation is simply to inform the prospect and help the prospect. It's up to the prospect to make a decision if now is the time to improve his life or not. By removing yourself from your thoughts and placing your thoughts on the prospect, fear and procrastination naturally go away. Need some easy words to say to reinforce this focus? Try these phrases. This may or may not be for you. Timing is personal. It's up to you to decide when you want to move forward. Here's what we do. See if it's a fit for you. What would you like to know first? What would you like to know next? Would you like to hear how others handled that problem? We either make a decision to move forward or we make a decision to stay where we are. Only you know what's right for you. Not only do these phrases make you feel comfortable, they also make the prospect understand that you care about him. Now, your follow-up conversations can feel better. Be the expert. Feel uncomfortable talking with prospects? Feel a bit intimidated when prospects ask questions or make objections? Our self-talk sometimes deteriorates into questions such as, what will they really think of me? What if I goof up? What if I forget some details? What if I give them the wrong info on the products? What if the compensation plan presentation isn't perfect? We all want more self-confidence, but fear is a powerful emotion. So how do we overcome our fears of talking to prospects? By becoming the expert in our business. We feel more confident when we know more than our prospects. Want an example? Imagine that tomorrow you're asked to talk to 100 medical graduate students about brain surgery. The problem is that you know nothing about brain surgery. Feeling a bit anxious? You surf the internet to pick up some medical jargon and big words. You try to memorize some important facts, but it's overwhelming. You're thinking, what if they ask me a question? What if they realize I know nothing? What if they start complaining during my talk? You know the medical students know more than you do. This is going to be ugly. You dread the thought of beginning your talk. You start thinking of excuses to avoid your talk. Sound familiar? But also imagine this scenario. Your child's in first grade. Your child's teacher asks you to come in and do a talk on how to tie your shoes. Now, this is going to be easier. No need for you to memorize anything. You've tied your shoes thousands of times. You won't even need a PowerPoint presentation. You can do this talk without notes. How do you feel? More confident? You're not worried that the first graders will ask tough questions. You're ready right now. The next day you arrive at the classroom. The students are excited. Here's someone new to talk to them. This is going to be great. If the students have a question, you're ready. They sense your self-confidence. You're a star. The students practice. They have fun. And you never once worried or cared about what the students thought of you. You were just focused on giving them value. Life is good when you're the expert. So what about your business? You know more about your business than most of your prospects. In their eyes, you're the expert. They haven't been to your company's training, and they certainly don't know about your products and compensation plan. You know more than they do. So carry that confidence with you when you talk to prospects. Want to be even more confident? Well, that's easy. Just learn more skills in your business, and your prospects will sense your competency. No prospect wants to follow someone who is incompetent, who doesn't know where he's going and doesn't have the skills to get there. So the more skills you learn, the easier it will be to talk to prospects and to enroll prospects into your business. Verbal conflict. There's an old saying, you can win the battle but lose the war. Sure, you can use words to corner your prospect, trap your prospect, and even use your prospect's words against him. Yes, you can be right. You can win. And your prospect will never answer your telephone calls again. To make follow-up civil and enjoyable to all, we don't want to become a high-pressured closing machine. Why? Because even if you close your prospect against his will, this is an all-volunteer business. Your prospect will quit at the first opportunity. Closing takes on a new meaning in network marketing. This is not a one-time sale. This could be a relationship that lasts a lifetime. A quick, high-pressure close isn't appropriate. You want your prospect to want your opportunity. You want your prospect to be excited to get started. This won't happen if you push, shove, embarrass, and force your prospect to join. What is verbal conflict? Think of the difference between a friendly conversation and a battle of wits. In a battle of wits, your prospect isn't even listening to you. While you're talking, the prospect is thinking about what to say to support his position. No listening. It could get ugly. Trapping the prospect or manipulating what the prospect says is antisocial. Now that's not good for a business that requires relationships. Here are some phrases that may set off a verbal conflict. Now there may be places in your business for some of these phrases, but consider how the prospect would feel if you used these phrases on a follow-up telephone call early in your relationship. So you want to get started now or continue to procrastinate? I only have time for serious players. Are you serious? So what is it going to take to get you to make a decision today? Now, you promised you'll watch the video, right? You're a person who keeps their commitments, aren't you? Winners win. Losers procrastinate. So what's it going to be? Are you in or are you out? If I could show you how to start earning that income now, would you be ready to commit today? You told me you wanted a business. Now you're hesitating. Is there something I missed? All of these statements or questions could irritate or be misinterpreted by your prospect. Why take the risk? What's the opposite of verbal conflict? Well, instead of participating in verbal conflict, try focusing on what you and your prospect have in common. You create rapport with agreement, not with conflict. So, what do you and your prospect have in common? Talk about what you agree upon instead. Here are some examples. Well, we all hate how jobs take up so much of our time. Everyone wants changes to improve their lives. It certainly is hard to get by on one paycheck. No one knows how to do a business before they start. Sometimes the first step is the hardest. Control of our time is important. Life doesn't last forever. There will never be a perfect time to start. I felt the same way when I first saw this. Most people have the same concerns. Network marketing is a relationship business, not a one-time transaction. Relationships can take time. Verbal conflict during an initial follow-up can delay or even ruin that relationship. Focus on what you agree upon now, and that will be your foundation to build your relationship. How to improve your posture with your prospects. Prospects can smell desperation, and that's a big ouch. When we have a limited number of prospects, we get stressed. If we have only one prospect, we think, oh no, I don't want to offend this prospect, or I won't have any prospects and I'm finished. So we simply visit and chit-chat, never asking for a commitment. Prospects sense our poor posture and they lose confidence in us. You see, prospects are looking for someone to follow, someone who knows where they're going, and someone who has the skills to get there. Prospects don't like where they are. Opportunity. So how do you give prospects confidence in you? How do you have a confident posture? By having more prospects. When you're busy with too many people to talk to, you're not attached to the decision of any particular prospect. You're too busy deciding which of your prospects are ready now. Now each prospect feels the need to qualify to get your attention. Prospects now reach out to you, wanting to attach themselves to your momentum. You're not asking, begging, or pleading for prospects to join. Instead, you simply show the prospects that you're going somewhere and they can join with you or be left behind. This changes the conversation. Prospects want to be with someone who's going places. They start asking you buying questions such as, "What was that product called again? How much were the different packages? What's my monthly commitment? How can I break even or earn my first check? How can I make $500 this month? When's the next meeting? Do you think you can help me get started?" Or, "I'd like to know more about blank." More prospects. This is the simplest, surest way to a better posture. So if you feel shy or a bit intimidated by prospects, immediately get more prospects to contact. Now you won't worry if a single prospect decides not to join or buy. You've plenty of other prospects to talk to. Yes, prospects can smell desperation. Don't be desperate. You're not the center of the universe. Time to follow up with that important prospect. In the last conversation, you told your prospect, 1, you have the best pay plan, 2, you have the best product, and 3, you have the best testimonials ever. And now your prospect admits forgetting all that important stuff you told him. Plus, your prospect did not go to your website, listen to your testimonials, or watch the company video. First rule of rapport: let it slide. Don't embarrass the prospect by saying things like, "You promised you were going to watch it. Don't you understand how important the timing is? I only have time for serious people. Did you remember the superstar bonus I presented? You're going to miss the boat. I can't believe you just don't get it. Hey, this prospect isn't someone that one time, and I understand." Yes, this is a complete sentence. When you say that you understand, you've agreed with your prospect. People like people who agree with them. If there is agreement, there is open communication. Disagreement closes minds. Agreement tells the prospect that you're on his side and that you respect his views. You're not trying to force the prospect to think like you. You've probably heard the old saying that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen twice as much as we speak. This short 2-word sentence, "I understand," will immediately allow the prospect the opportunity to start talking about what he's thinking. Remember, we're problem solvers. Let the prospect talk so we know which problems we need to solve. What do you say next if the prospect is silent? Since the prospect has forgotten us and everything we told him, we can reopen the conversation by asking this simple question. What would you like to know first? At this time, the prospect will reveal if he is truly interested now or if now is simply not his time to join. The prospect will give you a stop sign or a buy sign, so listen closely. What's a stop sign statement? It's impolite to say no directly to someone, so your prospect will use a stop sign statement such as, "I'm not interested. I don't have time. Please stop calling me. No, thank you." Take a hint. The prospect is saying no for now, and that's okay. Maybe you didn't have strong rapport, or maybe the prospect is facing personal challenges. But if today is not your prospect's day, don't close the door on the prospect's future. Maybe in a month or in several months, things could change. Wes Linden, author of 79 Network Marketing Tips for Fast-Track Success, keeps almost everyone in rapport by saying, "I understand, that's no problem. Timing is the most important thing. Would it be okay if I keep in touch from time to time? To find out how you're doing and to let you know how we're doing?" Pretty awesome. No one says no to Wes with this polite reply. Everyone says, "Yes, of course." Then Wes puts their contact information into his spiral-bound notebook that he calls No for Now. Every day that notebook fills with more and more prospects that Wes can follow up with later, and his prospects gave him permission to do it. This gives you a chance to revisit at a better time in the prospect's life. Wes has a notebook for every year he's in the business. When Wes needs someone to talk to, he literally has hundreds and hundreds of people he can call. When I passed on this great idea from Wes, a workshop attendee said that he was going to call his own follow-up notebook Yes for Later. Now that's a positive spin on the idea. Wes Linden's philosophy is, our job isn't to close people, it's to open them. So what's a buy sign statement? Well, after starting the conversation with, "What would you like to know first?" the prospect says, "Do people really desire this product? Tell me again how the pay plan works. How many hours a week do you think this will take? Will I have to know a lot of people? So how soon do you think I could be earning an extra $300 a month? Is there training?" Now your prospect is looking for reasons to join instead of reasons not to join. Your conversation will be effortless as you simply answer your prospect's questions as best you can. Your prospect is comfortable as you're allowing the prospect to control the direction and flow of information. The worst thing we can do is do all the talking. Prospects want to buy. They don't like to be sold. And what if you don't know the answer? Well, this works in your favor. Prospects don't expect you to be a walking Wikipedia. If you don't know, the prospect realizes that he doesn't have to be an expert to be successful. Most tough questions can be answered by saying, "That's a great question to ask when you attend your first company training." One of the biggest reasons prospects don't join is that they can't see themselves doing the business. Keep it simple. Decisions are easier when the choices are simple. The proposal. During his lunch break in the local park, a young single man says to himself, "Today is a good day to find a wife." So he walks up to the first woman he sees and asks, "Will you marry me?" A shocked look crosses the woman's face as she rushes around him and quickly runs away. The young man thinks, maybe I asked my question too quietly, and she didn't understand. So to the next woman who walks by, he shouts, "Will you marry me?" Odd. She too runs away without answering his question. What could be wrong? Confused, he looks at his clothes. Well dressed. Checks his breath, and everything smells okay. And he even has his work badge still clipped to his belt, so it's obvious he has a job. Well, after a few more failures, the young man returns to work. He wonders why every woman said no or simply hurried away. Not the ideal way to create that long-term relationship. A normal courting relationship might have the following events: initial meeting, initial date, repeat date, long telephone conversations, meeting someone's friends, meeting the family, talking about the future, etc. And after all that follow-up to the initial meeting, then the original question, "Will you marry me?" has a better chance of success. Will you join me in my business? Well, how about our prospects? Won't they feel more comfortable after multiple contacts and chances to build some sort of relationship and trust? Of course. Because we don't have a solid rapport with some prospects, they won't immediately make the commitment to join. And the more hype and benefits we throw at them on the initial contact, well, the faster they want to run away. We can't start by saying, "Our product will let you lose 50 pounds a week." "Our service is the best and all of our competitors are crooks." "You can retire from your job in only 7 hours." Only losers turn this great deal down. Don't let your negative loser friends at work talk you out of this. Every movie star is already in our business under a secret name. Act now. If you wait until tomorrow, it's too late. Commit now to change your life. You don't have any time to think this over. We're the best. Do you have trouble making good decisions? Any 3-year-old can see this as a good opportunity. Do you have a problem with that? Don't you love your family? Become a millionaire overnight while you sleep. Why are you making a decision to delay and keep supporting your boss's lifestyle? Do you have something against earning money? You see, if the rapport isn't there, asking prospects to make a major life choice is unfair. This could be a big commitment for them. So they want to feel comfortable with us. And maybe our prospect doesn't even want to marry our business. Instead, the prospect might simply want to join to use our product, to participate in the self-development, or to enjoy the social life with more positive friends. Not everyone will have the same agenda. So, instead of going too fast or asking for too much commitment, we could talk about smaller commitments along the way. For example, to come to an opportunity meeting to meet other people who are involved. To try one product to see personal results. To listen to an informative audio on how our product works. To have a 3-way call with a successful leader who could share his story and insights. to keep an open mind, and to have another conversation in 30 days to see if anything has changed in the prospect's life. To look at some testimonials of people earning $500 a month. The first follow-up doesn't have to be, make a major life choice now. We have time. The prospect has time. And maybe the prospect only wants to date for a while to see how things go. Maybe he'd like a chance to get to know you better. As a professional network marketer, we should be sensitive to go at the speed the prospect desires. Now that doesn't mean slow. With better rapport skills, we can create that relationship much faster. But we always want to go at a pace that's comfortable for our prospect. Automatic follow-up. Are you uncomfortable and shy on the telephone? Do you hate calling someone over and over again asking, have you read the information I sent you? Have you made a decision? Have your circumstances changed? Well, using automatic follow-up relieves you of the wasted time you invest in leaving messages that no one returns. And if you wonder why prospects don't return your telephone calls, here's why. They don't want to talk to you. Maybe they're afraid to say no, or maybe it isn't the right time. But remember, the reason prospects don't call you back is because they don't want to say yes to what you offered earlier. Can that change? Sure. But for now, their answer is no. So how does the automatic follow-up work? Automatic follow-up consistently reminds the prospect of the offer you've made. Every day or every week, they remember your offer. When it's their time to take advantage of your offer, they'll remember you. And they'll remember you fondly because you didn't harass them with constant telephone calls. Automatic follow-up means 1. No more telephone calls, voicemail, or chances of rejection. And 2. Your follow-up time is reduced to 0, so you can invest your time in more prospecting. The technique you'll use to automatically follow up is a time-delayed word picture. If you have not learned the skill of creating word pictures yet, here's a short explanation. A word picture is using words in a special way to create a story. Your prospect sees the story in his mind. It's like telling a story and having your prospect see the story come to life in a movie inside of his head. Word pictures automatically help with procrastination. But by adding an event to the story, your prospect is reminded of the story every time the event happens. When you create a good word picture, your prospects can't get it out of their minds. Here's an example. Imagine that you're talking to a prospect. At the end of the presentation, he says, I need to think it over. I have to talk it over with my dog and my lawyer. I'll get back to you in a couple of months. Say to your prospect, hey, I'm glad you want to think it over. Could you do me a favor? Tomorrow morning when you wake up to go to work and you get into your car at 7 a.m., pull your car keys out of your pocket, and just before you put them in the ignition, do me a favor. Would you ask yourself just this one question? Do I really want to be getting up and leaving my family at 7 a.m. and commuting to work and fighting all that traffic? And is this the car of my dreams? That's all. Could you just ask yourself that? The prospect will say, sure, no problem. What happens the next morning? The time-delayed effect of word pictures kicks in. The next morning, your prospect wakes up, goes out to his car, pulls his keys out of his pocket, puts them into the ignition, and what's he going to think? Your prospect will think, wow, do I really want to be getting up at 7 a.m., leaving my family and commuting all the way to work? And is this 1973 Pinto really the car of my dreams? Maybe I should rethink that opportunity that they talked about last night. But here's the magic. What will happen the morning after that? The same thoughts will go through your prospect's mind. And the next morning. And the next morning. Your prospect will always be thinking of you and your opportunity. And when the timing is right, such as when his boss yells at him or there's a big traffic jam, you'll be in the forefront of his mind. Your prospect will be calling you to tell you that now is the time for him to take action. You want another example? You finish your presentation to a young lady and she says, oh, I need to think it over. I need to talk to my lawyer, my cat, my astrologer, and my psychic. You'd then say this. Could you do me a favor? Next time you get your paycheck, could you do this? When you rip open that paycheck envelope, pull out your paycheck, hold it up to the light, and rub it between your thumb and forefinger and ask yourself this question. Is that all I'm worth? Well, what's going to happen the next time that she gets her paycheck? She'll rip open the paycheck envelope. But she probably won't hold the paycheck up to the light. Someone might see her and think that she's strange. But she will think to herself, is that all I'm worth? You know what? I had to work overtime 3 days last week, and the person next to me never showers. That other person talks too much, and I'm tired of fighting traffic. They don't appreciate me. They don't give me a raise. I missed my daughter's violin concert last week by working overtime, and I hate those stupid reports. Maybe I should take a look at something else. Maybe I should take advantage of that opportunity I saw last month. And that's the time-delayed effect of using word pictures to automatically follow up with your prospects. I'll start my diet next week. You finish your presentation on your wonderful diet products. Even though you convinced your prospect that your wonderful diet program will take off the weight and keep the weight off forever, your prospect hesitates. Why? Maybe your prospect is still thinking this inside of his head. I like my favorite foods. Plus, eating out with others is my favorite social pastime. It's impossible for me to go to bed with an empty stomach. I don't like feeling hungry. I tried fasting once, but I got hungry 30 minutes later. Maybe I'll start dieting seriously next week, or the week after. So how will you remind your prospect that your diet program is right for them? Calling your prospect every week and asking, "Are you still fat?" might be a recipe for rejection. Instead, you could give your prospect this time-delayed word picture. It's okay to make a decision to not start your diet today. I understand. But could you do me a favor? Each morning when you put on your pants and buckle your belt, could you ask yourself this little question? Is today the day I change my life and start the wonderful diet program? So guess what happens? Every day when your prospect gets dressed, he briefly thinks about you and the wonderful diet program. And when the time is right for the prospect to make a change in his life, well, your words have almost become a daily friend. Your prospect is calling you to start his diet. Your night cream sounds good, but not now. Your prospect loves the idea of using the wonderful night cream to make her skin younger while she sleeps. But your wonderful night cream is a bit expensive, and she has 6 months of night cream sitting on her shelf at home. Of course, she hesitates and says, "Your night cream sounds good, but not now. Let me use up my old night cream and then get back to you if I'm interested." You reply, "Well, no problem. I understand you want to use up your 6 months supply of your old night cream. I felt the same way when I was introduced to the wonderful night cream. But I had a problem. Every morning when I woke up and looked into the mirror, I asked myself, do I want to wake up every morning with these bags under my eyes? Or do I want to start using the wonderful night cream now?" Guess what your prospect is going to think that evening when her head touches the pillow? Yes, you'll be reminding her every night of your wonderful night cream. Automatic follow-up is not the only way to follow up with your prospects, but it does save time. It's perfect for shy distributors who feel uncomfortable with telephone calls to prospects who are not ready to take action yet. Personal follow-up with no rejection. Why do we feel guilty calling our prospects to see if today is their time to make a decision? Maybe we're interrupting their day, decided to say no, and we don't want to hear that. It's so easy to find reasons. Many people may not open your email. Or worse, your email is delivered to their spam folder, never to be seen. Why would your uninterested prospect want to open your email? Well, the secret is to provide value with each email. This will train your prospect to open every email from you because he or she expects to receive value. What kind of value can you include in your email? An article that talks about a solution to your prospect's problem. A link to important information your prospect would like to know. For example, that 90% of workers don't have enough money for retirement. A testimonial about how a customer has used your product or opportunity. Real stories about real people are always interesting. A simple resource that would enhance your prospect's life. This resource doesn't have to be associated with your product or opportunity, just something that's helpful. Or even an appropriate joke that your prospect could share with his or her friends. Most people love a good joke and love to tell a new joke to their friends. If you don't add value with each email, you'll train your prospect to quickly delete your emails as nothing more than a sales pitch to buy or join. Providing value is the key. Need more reasons to send a follow-up email to your prospect? Announce an upcoming price increase in your product, service, or enrollment fee to join your opportunity. This is a courteous reminder to let your prospect know about his chance to save. Maybe a product has a limited supply. That supply may be decreasing quickly, and this may be the last chance for your prospect to buy. Let him know about an upcoming sale or discount of your product or service. Inform him that the current sales price of your product or service is ending soon. Offer a free trial of your product or service. Offer an enhanced or upgraded version of your product or service for the same basic price. Educate your prospect on a new way to use your product or service. Offer a bonus if your prospect purchases now. Include a link to a recent article that talks about your product, service, or opportunity. Or send a link to a video that talks about your product, service, or opportunity. Yes, there are a lot of reasons to keep in contact with your prospect. Your competition won't have the discipline to keep in touch, so you'll stand out with your prospect. Are you in the business for the long haul? A personal newsletter can keep your warm market interested in you and your business. Here's the technique. Once a month, write a short newsletter with some updates in your life. This newsletter will go to your family, friends, coworkers, and even your cold prospects. People enjoy taking a little peek inside another person's life. Remember those once-a-year letters you get from friends at Christmas that update you on what happened to them over the past year? Well, maybe your newsletter shouldn't be that long and boring. I'm sure you can do a more interesting version. Talk about yourself and your personal experiences during the month. People like to know about a job change, a relationship change, or maybe that you purchased a new car. You can even talk about your dog or cat. But somewhere in your newsletter, mention your network marketing business. You could tell the story about the customer who called you with a great testimonial and thank you for your product. Or describe the conversation you had with the distributor about how much fun you had at a big company event. This is not the time to use hardcore sales benefits and calls to action. Instead, you just want to let them know that you're still doing that thing. They'll be impressed with your persistency. We know that prospects are looking for changes in their life. They're desperate for someone to follow. They want to follow someone who knows where he or she is going, and they want to follow someone who knows how to get there. Yes, they're checking to see if you have the skills for your business. Nobody wants to follow someone who's unsure and constantly changes direction. When you show a stable track record, even your worst skeptics will be impressed with your long-term commitment. Yes, network marketing gets easier over time. You build your credibility with your consistency. When the readers of your personal newsletter have events in their lives that make them want to change careers, they'll think of you, and think of you fondly. They'll feel safe joining with you because they've seen your long-term commitment. Your personal newsletter does not have to be very long. You just want it to be a little update on what's happening to you that month. In time, people will look forward to your newsletter. So make sure to train them to open your email by avoiding direct sales pitches in your newsletter. Be unique. 25 years ago, mail-order marketing was at its peak. Every major company had a catalog. We received catalogs monthly, quarterly, holiday versions, and special limited-time offers. Instead of going to the mall, we could shop at home at our leisure while watching television. We browsed the catalogs, called the toll-free telephone number, and products magically arrived at our doorstep. Business at the post office was booming because every company wanted to send out a catalog. Fast forward a few years, and the term junk mail became very real. Yes, we received too much mail, and it all looked the same. Most people would sort through their junk mail over the trash can. If it didn't look interesting within a second, it went in the trash. Maybe that's how we were trained to do. Yet some companies survived the junk mail crash of 1999. Even today, companies still use catalogs in addition to all the email lists, websites, social media, etc. How did they survive? They were unique. They consistently delivered their value to us in a slightly different way to stand out from the crowd. Instead of a boring white envelope, they used a blue envelope. Instead of impersonal computerized address labels, they wrote the address by hand. Instead of marketing buzzwords, their messages felt more personal. The best way to avoid being trashed as junk mail is to not look like junk mail. Today it's even worse. Email is inexpensive to send, so now we're flooded with junk emails and offers. It's obvious which messages are spam just by reading the subject lines of the emails. After a few hundred mind-numbing, overhyped subject lines, it's easy to identify email that's junk and email from friends. Not familiar with mind-numbing, overhyped subject lines? Well, here are a few to start with. Make $1 million in the next 30 days. We are number one. We build your downline for you, no work. Basement opportunity, better than a ground floor opportunity. Industry experts are predicting this one. Join now before it's too late. Emails with these subject lines will be quickly deleted. Our follow-up strategy will have to be more unique and interesting. For example, if our competition is using emails, we might stand out by sending a physical postcard. We have to get our follow-up communications noticed. If our competition is flooding social media, what could we do that's different? Could we offer some sort of interactivity, such as getting them to vote on a survey or video? Our prospects are in a trance. Information overload, advertising overload, endless emails and social media. It's a blur to our prospects. After a while, it all looks the same. With a little effort, we can stand out from the crowd and our follow-up can get noticed. After all, what good is our follow-up campaign if no one sees it? While everyone is flooding the internet or using the telephone to follow up, the next chapter shows one way you can be different. With postcards. Postcards. They have to be noticed. Yes, using the mail is old school, but that's what makes postcards stand out and get prospects to notice your message. The mail service is here to stay for a long time. Why? So people can get their bills and advertisers can reach more people. Yes, online is the future, but not everyone is ready to change yet. Mail makes people feel special. Think about this. Do you normally get an invitation to attend someone's wedding by email? Or do you receive a nicely designed printed invitation? For special occasions, a mailed invitation tells people they're special. Deleting an email? Easy. But if someone takes the time to mail you something, it must be important. Now, you might be thinking, mail is a follow-up communication. That'll take more time. That'll cost a bit of money. Yes, it will, but isn't a great prospect worth your time and a bit of money? If you stand out from the crowd and show that you care, this prospect could earn you thousands of dollars a month for the rest of your life. A very personal communication will impress your prospect. Remember, people are really joining you. They're looking for that guide who knows where he's going, knows how to get there. So how do you effectively use the mail to get people to join you? Enter the postcard solution. Postcards are inexpensive to buy and inexpensive to mail. Plus, the best part is, postcards mean that you're totally safe from any rejection. You never have to hear someone say no over the telephone. Using postcards to motivate prospects to join you is simple. Remember, if you took the time to send a postcard, they know you're thinking about them, and prospects love to feel important. Just the idea that you ask prospects for a mailing address also makes them feel special. They'll be wondering what you're going to send them in the mail. Curiosity is on your side. And finally, a postcard shows that you remembered them as a person, not just a phone number or a name on your email follow-up list. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Postcards can also have pictures which spark an emotional response. People love looking at pictures. No one likes throwing pictures away. If your prospects keep your postcards, those images and messages will continue to be in their minds. So what kind of postcards can you send? Number 1, it's on sale. Do you have a product promotion you could announce? Buy one product, get another product free, or maybe you could offer a special trial size of your product or a free trial of your service. Number 2, I'm at the convention. Show a picture of you with hundreds or thousands of fellow attendees. Social proof that others are involved removes one of the obstacles that your prospects might have. When your prospects see all those other happy people involved, they feel more comfortable about giving your business a try. Number 3, I'm on vacation. The next time you're on vacation, send your prospects a postcard. Whether your bonus check paid for the entire
Recording in
to your
progress.
future. Man, I hope y'all ready. Get a pen and a pad. Before we get started with that, see, Team Believe, Onboard Live, all the teams in this amazing opportunity that is connected to Wealth Builders Worldwide, we all are an extension of Wealth Builders Worldwide. And Wealth Builders Worldwide, when it was created, its foundation was its mission. And that mission is to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and to build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibilities of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up, never giving up. We know this is a noble cause. Man, everybody that's on this Onboard Live today, take a screenshot of that. Read that every time you feel like you trying to figure out why should you continue? Why should you do what you do? Read that, and that should light that fire up, because that is our mission. That should be everyone's mission, because we're here to help the next man get to where they don't even know they want to be, because they forgot to dream. They forgot what it felt like to dream. I could go in, but I'm not. I'm going to pass this over to my co-host, man, because today is just going to be amazing. All day is going to be amazing. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Mike Johnson to get it started. So get ready, family. Buckle up, because he's going to go in. He's going to go in. I know it already. Now, Mr. Mike Johnson, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you, Ms. Nicole and Nikki Knox. I want to make sure you can hear me okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And thank you for that outstanding introduction and explaining who we are and what we do with our mission statement. Family, to get started in this business is 3 simple steps. Please don't complicate it any more than that. When we speak in terms of 3 simple steps, the very first step is all you need is a smartphone and a dream. You can register for free and you can build a multi-million-dollar business anywhere on the planet with a smartphone and a dream. Now, the second part of that first step is we encourage you to secure your $33 a month subscription. It's a $33 decision that truly gives you the keys to the kingdom. When we speak in terms of keys to the kingdom, you can make unlimited income for a simple $33 exchange. Step two, it's all about building those assets. Many of you may not be familiar with the digital space or cryptocurrency, but we get paid in the two largest cryptocurrencies, or the two largest digital assets on the planet. We get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum to simply promote our G999 coin. And what we strongly encourage that you do is that you take some of those commissions and you simply exchange it for the G999 coin, because we strongly feel that that's going to be the flagship product in your digital portfolio very soon. And in step three, you're participating in step three as we speak. It's all about plugging in and staying connected to the system. Remember, family, systems are duplicatable, personalities are not. You are in business for yourself, but never by yourself. There will always be someone on this incredible opportunity that will reach back to assist you in building your business any way you choose to build your business. And we encourage you, you want to share this opportunity with everyone that you know. There's one question I always ask people. If you were starting a multi-million-dollar business, who are the 5 sharpest people that you know? Those are the people you want to focus on first. That being the case, when we speak in terms of all you need to do is register for free, you simply take your smartphone, and when you go to register, make sure that you see your sponsor's name at the top of the registration form. Now, it's absolutely free for you to register, but if you do not see your sponsor's username here, please do not register on that site. Get back with the person who referred you and tell them that you did not see their name at the top of the login information or the registration form. Once you see your sponsor's name, it's only 5 pieces of information that you need to provide. None of it is personal in nature. All of it is just generic information that's going to identify you to set you up for success. Now, anytime you see something red on any of our platforms, please slow down and read it very carefully. I know the print is very small here, so we've enlarged it for you, and I'll read it verbatim. It says, to avoid any unnecessary delays with our KYC approval process, please enter your first name, middle, and last name below exactly the way they're displayed on your official government ID. And that's exactly what we're going to do, family. The first thing we're going to put in is the first name. If you have a middle name and it is on your ID, put in your middle name and then your last name. Then you want to put in an active email address. Make sure it's an active email address that you utilize on a regular basis, because all of your verifications and confirmations are going to go to that email address. And oh, by the way, that email address is how you're going to log into this site as well. Then you want to put in a phone number. Remember, if you want a mobile business, put in a mobile phone number. If you put in a landline, you're restricting your business to where that landline may be housed. We encourage you to put in your mobile number and always enter that first digit if you're making an international or long distance phone call. They call that your phone code. In the United States, that digit is the number 1. Then you put in your phone number, no dashes, no spaces, exactly as your phone number appears. In the US, it's 10 digits. Then you want to select a username. Please put a name in that you're proud of. And then, family, all you have to do is select a password. 5 pieces of information and you're done. Once you select the password, what we encourage you to do is get a piece of paper and write down in big bold print GS Partners and the password that you selected. That password is going to be your access to this incredible back office. Once you've done everything, like I said, properly, what you're going to receive is a verification email. Notice it's on a black background, and it specifically states, welcome to GS Partners. You simply click on that button that says verify email. Once you do that, it's going to bring you to your state-of-the-art back office. Everything that you see on the screen here is available to you absolutely free of charge. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a young lady. Her name is Lydia. She will take you on a 20-minute guided tour of this incredible back office. Miss Lydia is available to you absolutely free of charge. But there's an area to the left. Some people call it the control panel. Some people call it your menu items. Whatever you choose to call it, this is the area that helps you to navigate throughout your back office. Everything that you need to learn about this back office, every area that you need to contact, you can access here. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to the bottom where it says settings, and we're simply going to click on that pull down and go to the second item. The second item is KYC. KYC is an acronym for Know Your Client or Know Your Customer. What you're going to do is you're going to complete your KYC requirements. The reason you want to complete your KYC requirements is because you can upload as many digital assets to any platform as you choose, but you can't remove a single coin or a single penny off of any platform if you're not KYC approved. So the KYC process requires some homework. What we're going to do, family, is we're going to take a screenshot. We're going to take a picture, a photograph of the front of your ID, a photograph of your back of the ID, and we're going to take a selfie, headshot only. I'm going to repeat that, headshot only. No full-length pictures of you trying to hold an ID. All of these particular photographs you're going to take, we encourage you to save them in a JPEG format. The reason we encourage you to save them in a JPEG format is because it works seamlessly on every platform we do business on. Now, I was always told that a picture's worth 1,000 words, so let me paint a picture for you. When we say take a photograph of your front of your ID, notice that the photograph is taken on a black background. The reason that you do that is all four corners of your ID must be visible. If all four corners are not visible, they're going to decline your KYC docs. Everything must be legible and up to date. Once you've done that, where all four corners are visible, everything is legible and up to date, you simply flip it over on the back and you do the exact same thing on the back. Again, all four corners must be visible, everything must be legible and up to date. Then when we say take a selfie, notice it's just a headshot. Hold your ID such that they can see the photograph and they can recognize that you are the person in that photograph. If you have glasses on your government ID, make sure you have glasses on when you take your selfie. If you do not have glasses on, please do not put on glasses. No sunglasses and no hats. If you have on sunglasses or a hat, they're going to decline your KYC docs. Now, once you have saved all three of these photographs as a JPEG, you're simply going to return to your back office and you're going to go down to that button that said KYC, and we're simply going to fill in the blanks. They're asking for your address exactly as it appears on your government ID. If it's different than it appears on the government ID, they're going to decline your KYC docs. Put in the state, city, and the country that you're currently living in. You're going to put in your zip code. And then once you put in your zip code, family, everything that you need to enter yourself has already been completed. Now you're going to upload your homework. You're going to upload those 3 JPEG photographs that you take. Pay very close attention to the order. The first thing that they're going to ask you to do is in the reverse order that we created it. The first thing they want is the selfie with the ID. Again, headshot only, all 4 corners must be visible, everything must be legible and up to date. Put in the picture of the front of your ID, and then you're going to enter the picture of the back of your ID. And then, family, you're going to enter the expiration date that is on that ID, and make sure you enter it exactly in the format that they're asking. They want 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the date, 4 digits for the year. If your ID expired on March 3rd of 2025, you would enter 03032025. If some strange occurrence, you do not have an expiration date on your ID, which is very rare, please check the box that says my ID does not have an expiration date. Click submit. Family, if there's any errors that are glaringly out of place, they will recognize that area. They will highlight what you need to go back and address, give you an opportunity to repair that error, and then it will allow you to hit submit. Once you've hit submit, it normally takes 12 to 24 hours to get your verification back. Let me explain. If it's been more than 48 hours, go check your spam or your junk mail. The company is famous for notifying you as soon as possible if there's an error in the KYC process. So once again, if you have not heard anything back within 48 hours, what I want you to do is check your spam, check your junk mail. Once you've done that, now you have a fully functional fully operational exchange. And more importantly, your platform is set up such that you can go in and you can upload as many cryptocurrencies onto this platform as you choose. And now, once your KYC approved, you can move them off of the platform. Again, the young lady in the bottom right-hand corner, she will always give you a tour if you choose to take the tour with Miss Lydia. That area to your left is your control panel. That's how you move around in your back office. Now, what we've done, we've uploaded, or basically we've set you up on GS Partners, and it was absolutely free. We're going to show you one other site that is extremely valuable, and it's called GS Trade. This is our fully functional, fully licensed exchange. You can buy, sell, trade, anything that you choose to do with cryptocurrencies, you can do over here absolutely free of charge. How do you get to GS Trade? You simply type in GS Trade, no spaces, no dashes, .exchange. It's going to bring you to this screen, and in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to have the option to register. When you click on the register button, it looks very familiar with what we just done in GS Partners, but there's a slight difference. That red information at the top is the exact same notification that I mentioned before. Just make sure that everything appears exactly as it does on your government ID. And notice the order is changed. The first thing they want you to enter is an email address. Make sure it's a live email address, because that's where all of your notifications and verifications are going to come. Then you put in the first name exactly as it appears on your ID. If you have a middle name and there's no space for a middle name, put in your first name, one space, and then the middle name. Put in your last name. Now listen carefully. You're going to put in a password. Notice that we're on GS Trade. Always look in the upper left-hand corner. It'll tell you what site you're basically registering for. You're going to put on that piece of paper that you put your password for GS Partners, you're going to put the password for GS Trade. The GS Trade password is very similar to your GS Partners, a minimum of 8 characters with one exception. Your GS Trade password must include at least one special character. Then once you put in your password, they're asking you to repeat the password. Then you're going to click I understand, or I've downloaded. You can click right here where it says terms and conditions, and you can download the policies and procedures, terms and conditions, and then finish the I am not a robot. It's a one-piece puzzle, family. All you have to do is take the missing piece and put it inside the puzzle. Click register. Once you've clicked register, what's going to happen is you're going to receive another verification email. If you notice, the background is completely white, and it tells you in the center of the page, basically, welcome to username, and the password is the password that you selected. Remember that password must have at least one special character. That being the case, the moment that you log into your back office, it automatically defaults to the settings tab. When you see the settings tab, you cannot, let me repeat, you cannot do anything on Gold Standard Trade until you've completed what's known as your two-factor authentication. For those of you that are not familiar with two-factor authentication, that's an additional layer of support or additional layer of security to protect your digital assets. This site is all about digital assets, so they want to make sure that you're protected before you even begin. So when you click on two-factor authentication, if you have not already downloaded one of these two-FA applications to your phone, what we strongly suggest is that you use Google Authenticator. Why do we suggest that? Because Google Authenticator works seamlessly on every platform that we do business on. You can select some of the others, but I'm telling you from experience, Google Authenticator will be a seamless transaction for you. Once you've downloaded that to your smart device, then you simply go to your back office, and it's going to allow you to enable your two-factor authentication. It must be set up before you can do anything on GS Trade. Notice that I mentioned before, anytime you see something in red, please slow down and read it very carefully. It states, please be aware that this code is vital to your recovery. The code they're talking about is this long code right here. We very simply call this your 2FA recovery code. You want to make sure you have 2 physical copies of this and 2 digital copies of this. You're going to keep 1 physical copy and a digital copy, and you're going to provide your beneficiary with a digital copy and a physical copy, a minimum of 2 copies of this. Because should anything happen to your smart device, should your phone basically get dropped in water or whatever the case may be, and you can't get into your phone, if you can't get into your phone and connect your 2FA, you cannot get into your back office. This code will allow the corporate office to simply push a button and allow you back into your back office. Without this code, it's like an act of Congress for you to get into your back office. Again, I am speaking from experience. None of the things that we're sharing with you today are theory. Understanding, family, once you have set that up properly, then you come back to your back office and you see the button that's going to be highlighted. It'll say dashboard. Now, if you notice, you have 6 options here. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the second of those 6 options, and we're going to click on where it says KYC. Remember, that's an acronym for Know Your Client or Know Your Customer. All we're going to do is complete the KYC process in GS Trade. Notice it's a 3-step process. Family, you cannot proceed to silver and gold until you've successfully been verified at bronze. Because this is a snapshot of one of the sites that I have set up, everything has been verified. But let me show you the steps. The first step, bronze, what you have to do, you have to enter your first name exactly as it appears on your ID, your last name exactly as it appears on the ID, and then the homework that you did for GS Trade is good over here at GS Partners. You're going to submit, you're going to basically enter that JPEG that you created of the front of the ID. Again, all 4 corners must be visible, everything must be legible and up to date. Once you've submitted that, it normally takes 12 to 24 hours to get a verification back. If it's been more than 24 hours, check your spam or junk mail. That's where your notification is going to be that there's a problem that occurs. Once you've been successfully verified at bronze, you simply move to silver. Silver is a piece of cake, family. All you're going to do is enter information. There's nothing that you need to upload. The information you're going to enter is the country that you currently reside in, your postal code. You're going to enter the city, and you're going to enter that phone code. That's that first digit to make an international or long distance phone call. You're going to enter your phone number. Make sure if you used your mobile number before, use your mobile number again. We encourage you to use a mobile number. You don't want to make your business landlocked. Enter your phone number, no spaces, no dashes, and enter the address exactly as it appears on your government ID. This process normally takes 24 to 36 hours to get a successful verification back. Once you've been successfully verified at the silver, you can proceed to the gold. You're going to love the gold stage because you've already done the homework. But please pay very close attention to the order of what you're going to upload. You remember those 3 photographs you took. They're going to ask for those 3 photographs, but it's in the reverse order that they did on GS Partners. You're going to put the snapshot of the front of the ID, the snapshot of the back of your ID, and then the snapshot of the selfie. Again, no hats, no sunglasses, no full-length pictures. If you send them a full-length picture, they're going to decline your KYC docs. Understanding once you've done that and you've been successfully verified, now family, you have a fully functional, fully licensed exchange. You can buy, sell, trade, do whatever you choose with your amazing back office, and understand there's a vast array of different digital assets that you have access to. That number is constantly growing. You can buy, sell, trade all of the unique pairs that you have on GS Trade. Once you've learned the powers of GS Trade, you're going to see that that's probably the most economical place for you to secure G999 coins. That being the case, family, we're going to return to GS Partners. You've heard me speak about something, and believe me, everything that we're sharing with you is because of experience. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on our control panel on the left. We're going to go down to the settings section. This time, we're going to click on the profile button, because in the profile button, it's going to allow us to establish a beneficiary. A beneficiary is extremely important for you to safeguard your digital assets. When you click on the button that says profile and you go down, it's going to give you a screen that looks very similar to this. This is the top portion of your profile section. All we're going to do is scroll down, and when you scroll down, it's going to give you two preference areas. The preference area on the left, we're not going to focus on today. We only interested in this section over on the right, and this is the section that deals with beneficiaries. I'm going to read it verbatim, and I'm going to explain what we have. It specifically states, in order to add a beneficiary account, you and the beneficiary must be KYC approved and have an active brand advantage subscription. Now, let me break that down for you. Not only do you have to be KYC approved, but if there's someone that you want to designate as a beneficiary, he or she must be KYC approved and have an active subscription. Now, when we first launched as a company, all of the subscriptions were annual in nature. And the chairman of the board, Mr. Joseph Haidt, realized we're doing business in 150 countries across the globe. Some of those countries are like third world countries. And some of the business partners in those countries could not afford an annual membership. So what he did, he decided to make the memberships more affordable. He broke it down to where you can get memberships on a monthly basis. I mentioned before, it's a $33 decision. So what this is saying is you and your beneficiary must at least secure a $33 a month subscription before your beneficiary can be added to your account. Now, why are we talking about beneficiaries? Because in the last 18 months, family, we have lost far too many members of the Wealth Builders Worldwide family to untimely deaths. The pandemic has wreaked havoc all across the globe, but in our family, we do not want to see anyone lose access to their digital assets. When we speak in terms of digital assets, many of you have built assets that will generate generational wealth. But if you don't have your beneficiary information properly filled out, that information will be lost forever. Now, notice on here, it has a username on here, and it happens to be Mike Johnson. The reason it is Mike Johnson, because this is my wife's account. If you went into my account, you would see my wife's username in there. So we encourage you, please take your time, properly set up your beneficiary to protect your digital assets. And this is a document that was created by myself and Miss Nicole Nikki Knox, our master trainer. And what we did was we put our heads together and we tried to figure out what are all the things that people need to be thinking about when they're talking about safeguarding their digital assets. Now, we're not going to cover this in detail, but we want you to please take a screenshot of this because you need to sit down with your loved ones and figure out how are you going to protect your digital assets. Many of the safeguards we've already talked to you about, but I do want to highlight two areas that's at the very bottom. The first thing I want to highlight is you definitely want to make sure you provide members of your mastermind group information to your beneficiary. Let me explain a mastermind group. That is those individuals that you work with on a daily basis to truly understand what you're doing in this entire digital space. So we're talking about digital assets, family. For some people, that is totally foreign. And what you want to do is there are people in your mastermind group who are very familiar with what you're trying to accomplish. You want to provide a name, a photograph, and a phone number, and basically put the area of expertise that that person covers. An example would be Miss Nicole Nikki Knox is a member of my mastermind group. My wife would have all of the information she needs to contact Nikki. She has a photograph of Nikki. She's even spoken to Nikki before. And there's a little explanation of what Nikki can help her with throughout whatever, if something was to happen to me. She can help my wife to navigate this incredible world known as digital assets. Now, Nikki is unique because she can function in many different aspects, but you may have members of your group that only function in one particular capacity, but you want to share that information. And then there's one other piece that we want to make sure you're aware of. There was a very special training that was done by our executive with GS Partners. His name is Dr. David Hollins. He is a professional financial advisor. We are not financial advisors, nor are we advising anyone on their finances. What we are business owners that we're simply sharing some information with you that will safeguard your digital assets. However, Dr. Hollins is a professional financial advisor, and he did share with us the power of a living trust and a living will. And family, that was one of the most powerful trainings that we've ever attended. Both myself and Nikki Knox were able to attain that particular training. And one of the things that he shared in there was by putting your digital assets in a living trust and a living will, you're safeguarding that information from going public. You see, the only person that has any idea what's in that living trust or living will is the beneficiary. And that beneficiary will have access to that information and no one else. Now, once again, we're not financial advisors. We're not trying to advise you on your finances, but you definitely want to look into reaching out and learning more about living trust and living will. So please take a screenshot of this document. Now, family, we get the fun part. We're going to go back into your state-of-the-art back office. And what we're going to do is that area to the left called your control panel or your menu items. We're going to simply fund your account. You see, for anything to take place, for you to get digital assets onto this account, you have to load those digital assets. It's called funding your account. It's just like you're depositing money into your bank account. So you're going to simply go down to the tab that says financial, and you're going to click on the financial tab. There are several pull downs under the financial tab. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the pull down that says deposit. We're putting money into our account. Remember, this is your digital bank account. And what you're going to do is you're going to load it with digital assets. Well, there are 3 digital assets that you can load this with. You can load it with Bitcoin. Now, the acronym for Bitcoin is BTC, or you can load it with what's known as Ethereum. The acronym for Ethereum is ETH. And family, you can load it with Tether. The acronym for Tether is USDT. Now, you can pick and choose any of these that you want. I strongly suggest that you look at Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin has the lowest amount of fees. There are fees when you load stuff onto a dashboard, and there's fees when you take something off of a platform. But understanding that it automatically is going to default to Bitcoin. Now, how do you load funds on here? Well, you have 2 unique ways you can do that. You can scan this QR code, and my humble opinion, that's probably the safest way to do it. Or you can copy and paste your deposit address. Notice I said copy and paste. You can do that one of 2 ways. You can click on this little clipboard right here, or you can do what our master trainer has suggested, Miss Nicole, Nikki Knox, is that you copy, you highlight, and you copy, and then you paste that number in there or that deposit address. Now, let me explain. Nikki has shared something with us that I love. First and most important, you never, I repeat, you never want to try to type in this particular deposit address, because let's say you're typing along and you just rolling along, and instead of putting an uppercase G, you put a lowercase g. And let's say you got everything else picture perfect, and then you get to the end and you see the D and the A and you hit boom, enter. You think you have it correct. But what you did was you made a human error, and instead of an uppercase G, you put a lowercase g. And let's say you're going to deposit $1,000 onto your account. Do you realize you just blessed some other poor soul with $1,000? Because this is a very unique number that you and only you have. The numbers and the letters and the characters are case sensitive. So if you put an uppercase letter when you should have a lowercase letter, that money is going to be gone, and it'll be in cyberspace and in somebody's account that you'll never know. And oh, by the way, you'll never be able to get it back. So I'm going to repeat, as Miss Nicole Nikki Knox said, never try to type in this number. And then what you want to do, family, even when you copy and paste it, you jot down the first 4 digits and the last 4 digits. And I'm going to share it with you like Nikki shared with us. You check it a minimum of 3 times. First 4 digits, last 4 digits. When you basically copy and paste it, if the first 4 and the last 4 match, you're in home free. Once you've loaded all of these docs, or excuse me, you've loaded this cryptocurrency, now you can go shopping. You can go exchange for whatever you choose. But remember, all of these are going to be available to you once you have uploaded some funds to your account. And one of the coins or one of the currencies that you're going to learn to love is this G999 currency. Understanding, family, all of this is available to you absolutely free of charge. Now, once you've funded your account, you have some money into your bank account, your digital bank account. Now you get the chance to subscribe to that $33 a month decision that we shared with you. Family, let me explain. It's a $33 decision that positions you to earn unlimited passive residual income. Unlimited. And all it costs you is $33. But here's the other piece. That $33 gets you a priceless education because you're going to have access to something known as the Blockchain Academy. It's going to teach you all about this digital space. And you're getting digital assets in the process. It's a $33 decision, family. Please don't lose sleep over $33. Now, understanding, for those of you that are brand new, they've even made it even more convenient. You can get a 1-year membership, you can get a 3-month membership, you can get a 6-month membership, or you can get a 12-month membership. You can choose. So if you're not disciplined enough each month to go and put your $33 into your account, what I suggest is that you look at some of these bundles. You can either go 3, 6, or 12 months. Either way, the moment you have your subscription loaded, now you have access to everything. All the bells and whistles function for you. And believe me, you're setting yourself up for success. Now, once you've done that, remember, we're talking about GS Partners. GS Partners is the vehicle that will allow you to get money as an issue out of the way, because you can make as much money with this incredible opportunity as you want or as little as you want. Now, for any vehicle to run, family, you have to put gas in it. You have to put some type of fuel to make it run. In this case, the GAS is an acronym. It's 3 simple steps. Please don't go out and try to recreate the wheel. We're talking about 3 steps. First step, I told you. You want to get started, you register for free. All you need is a smartphone and a dream, and you can build a global business from anywhere on the planet. And then when you activate that monthly subscription, they truly give you the keys to the kingdom. Now you set yourself up for success. The second step, you want to accumulate as many digital assets as you can. We're a blockchain-based company, which means everything that we do is digital in nature. But here's the other beauty of the blockchain. We're talking instant gratification, instant compensation. When that sinks in, for some of you, it's going to be hard for you to sleep, because if you share this incredible opportunity with others, the third step is about sharing with others. Let's say you shared this with Miss Nicole Nikki Knox, and she decided at 2 o'clock in the morning, she's going to go in and buy $5,000 worth of assets. Do you realize you didn't tell her to buy $5,000 worth of assets, but the moment she buys those $5,000 worth of assets, you're going to get 15% of that. Now, it's not a lot of money, but it's only $450. I'm sure you would cash that check if $450 hit your bank account at 2 o'clock in the morning. The moment that volume hits the blockchain, you as the sponsor will be compensated. And remember, everyone has the exact same opportunity. It's the levelest playing field on the planet. So family, those are the 3 steps. That's all you need to do. Now, please take a screenshot of this. This one document right here, if you can simply follow directions, you can make a small fortune with this company. The directions that you need to follow, as it tells you at the top of the page, plug in and stay connected. We call this your support card. Now, understanding everything that you need to be successful is available to you absolutely free of charge with this one document. If you notice, there's a section over to the right. It says scheduled events. We have live events 7 days a week. Family, there is always an opportunity for you to plug in to learn something. Now, everything that I'm sharing with you today is available on this site. It's called goldrocks.info. Now, the meeting ID is right here. All you have to do is type in that meeting ID and then put in the password. Now, the password is private. Get with your sponsor or the person who referred you, and he or she will provide you with that password. We ask that you do not publish that password on any social media site because it's a private access, and we want to keep it that way. But remember, 7 days a week, 3 hours of live content, Sundays, for instance, you're going to learn about today. It's going to be some special trainings today, but trust me when I tell you 3 hours of live content every day of the week, Monday through Saturday at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have what's known as the Power Call. That's where you can get inspiration, motivation, and always an education. And you can listen to people from all over the globe that are building this business. And you're going to learn from what they're doing. And then, family, right after that Power Call, twice a day at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have live presentations. You can hear from some of the phenomenal leaders throughout this organization that's going to share with you how we do what we do. And here's the best part. All you have to do is invite people to take a look. If they decide to join you, you'll get paid. We do the heavy lifting and you get paid. And then, family, every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have what's known as the Freedom Call. The Freedom Call is leadership call. Let me explain. This is not for the faint at heart. That leadership call is one of those hard hat type, steel toe boots types trainings. But we're going to teach you every step of the way how to follow the system that was created by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ty Bess. Dr. Bess is an industry legend. He's been in this industry over 38 years. He has reached one of 4 positions in the company. There are only 4 global ambassadors in the company. We happen to be blessed at Wealth Builders Worldwide to have 50% of them with us. 2 of them are members of Wealth Builders Worldwide. Dr. Bess is one of those 2. And we're all following the same system that was developed by Dr. Bess. And oh, by the way, on Wednesday nights, he shows you step by step how to maximize this system. And then, family, on Thursday nights, we have what's known as the tools training. The tools training, we give you all of the tools that you need to be successful. I happen to be the host of that tools training, and all I can tell you is you definitely want to buckle up this week. Be on this week's Thursday night tools training, and you'll be in for a treat. We're going to show you something that will literally change the family's vision about what generational wealth looks like, because I'm going to show you how you can develop it instantly if you follow directions. And then, family, we have live events, special live events, but you're in for a treat tonight, and I'm not going to say anything else about that. But here's the thing. Please take a screenshot of this, and you want to get this out to every team member that you have. Now, family, I have the good fortune of making sure that you're aware everything that we share with you this morning is available to you absolutely free of charge. You see this section at the bottom of our support card? If you go to mywbw.net and you simply put in your username and password, you simply register for that site. It's absolutely free to register. That's Wealth Builders Worldwide personal webpage. Everything that I've covered with you today is available on that webpage. It's just in a different format. What we do today is we simplify things and slow it down for you and share with you some of the things that we do. And there's another little something that we're going to give you absolutely free, and that is there's a site that we have that will do the filtering process for you. If you have someone and they say they have a slight interest in learning more about what we do, you can send them to therealmoney.info. It's a generic site that gives them a 20-minute presentation of who we are and what we do. And the best part about it is that short video is going to send your new prospect back to you, because they're going to tell them, get back with the person who invited you to take a look at this video. When they come back to you, you ask them one simple question. What did you like best about what you saw? They have to answer the question. When they answer that question, guess what you're going to do? You're going to connect them with someone that's in your leadership group. You're going to connect them with what we call your upline. And your upline is going to help you to walk them through this system. Family, you have everyone else doing the heavy lifting, and you are going to be rewarded accordingly. Because when you bring a new business partner on board and any volume hits that blockchain, you get paid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No, you don't have to wait to Friday to get your check. You don't even have to wait to the end of the month. We pay you instantly here. And there's no limit to how many people you can share this incredible opportunity with. That being the case, it has indeed been an honor for me to share with you this morning. I get the good fortune of sharing with you or turning this over to my co-host, Miss Nicole Nikki Knox. And what she's going to do is she's going to provide announcements for you for today. And then, family, you're in for a treat because we have something special for you today. That being said, Miss Nicole Nikki Knox, you have the mic.
Oh boy, family. Didn't I tell you to buckle up and be ready? Now, if that wasn't, that's all I can say. I'm gonna just, that was a mouthful. Like, if you sat here and listened to that and you went back and told somebody, I don't know how to get somebody started, I don't know what presentation you was looking at because you weren't looking at the one I was. That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna go ahead with these announcements so we can get this second half of today's On Board Live started. And family, the first announcement is that every single Sunday at 11 a.m. right here. We're going to be right here to lay it out and give you the tools that you need, the information that you need to properly onboard new partners into GS Partners. And if you are already in GS Partners and you just aren't completely understanding everything, we give you the information you need there. And even there are Sundays where we give specialized trainings on different things. So if there's something, especially when there's something new that's coming, we try to bullet point that and hit it hard so that you can get a clear understanding of what it is that's in your face, that's a part of this opportunity that's just another thing to allow for you to build your assets and your team and your legacy. That's what we do here. And of course, we have live guests. We love to have live guests. We're going to get back to that again because I believe that, as um, Dr. Tyrone Best says, facts tell, stories sell. Like, you need to hear the stories. You need to hear people talk about what this has done for them, what they have been able to do because of someone, one person sharing this information with them. Man, that's what we do here every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, the third Sunday of every month, we do what we call the Q&A portion. We have an opportunity to answer live here on the platform any questions that is sent to this email address, lifeisgolden24@gmail.com. But understand, you don't have to wait until the third Sunday to send your questions in. You can send your questions in anytime. That email is consistently monitored by myself, and any any questions that are sent to that email, I try to send a response to it immediately if I can. And if it's a question that I need to get clarity on, I get the information first, then I send you the information. But I give you the answer. But time and money freedom, everyone is invited. She gives a excellent presentation. She lays out all the information and allows for you to make a informed decision about this opportunity. That's all we do. We share the information, and that's what she does. She does it excellent. She does it smooth. She gives you the information, and shows you how you can get paid in assets 24/7 instantly. Every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to be there. You want to invite your guests. You want to bring some of your team so that they can bring people that they're trying to introduce this opportunity to. As Mr. Mike Johnson said, all you do is share the information and invite people to a presentation, and we will do the heavy lifting. And at 3 p.m. every Sunday, Miss Jocelyn Burrell does that heavy lifting like no other. The Zoom ID and the passcode is on the screen. The passcode is freedom in all caps because that's what it's all about. And one of those things that Mr. Mike Johnson talked about on that support card is the 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time fast start training that is done on goldrocks.info every Sunday night. And tonight, you are going to get what you are looking for. Tonight, the topic is how to find business partners. So if you're a person, you want to share this information with people, but it's so fuzzy to you. You just don't know what to do or how to do it or where to start. You want to be there tonight. You want to have two pencils. You want to have some pens. You want to have a lot of paper because you're going to take down a lot of information that is going to be very, very valuable to you. Man, we got our very own, my big brother, my sponsor, Brother Eric Teray Mohammed. He's going to show you how to how to find business partners person to person, eyeball to eyeball, kneecap to kneecap, as they say. And then you have Mrs. Yatira. Mrs. Yatira Madi. Oh my gosh. She uses social media the way social media was meant to be used. She connects with people and she looks for what it is that they need. And she fills that need. And if they are looking for another way to make money, oh, you're gonna hear about this information from her. You are absolutely gonna hear it. And she's gonna show you how to use social media to build your business, to find you business partners. And then we have that other global ambassador that's a part of the Wealth Builders Worldwide community, Mr. Michael L. Dalco. He's going to talk to you about quality and retention. I'm thinking that may have something to do with finding quality individuals to be a part of your business and how to keep them active, to keep them engaged, to keep them plugged in. Man, you do not want to miss tonight's Sunday night training. It's on goldrocks.info. The Zoom ID is on the screen. To get the passcode, you have to get back to the person that invited you to this onboard live or that invited you to this amazing business opportunity. And they're going to give it to you because once you've sat down and you listen to what you're going to hear tonight, you're going to be on fire. You're going to know exactly what to do to build your business, to go out there and find all of those business partners that are waiting, that are there. And you are the only person that can get that information to them. You've heard of 6 degrees of separation, right? There are people that are waiting for you, and it's only you that can give them that information, and they're waiting. You can't keep your mouth closed, as Brother Eric say. Closed mouths don't get fed. Man, that's what's happening tonight. I'm fired up. I know y'all hear it in my voice. You want to be there. You need to be there. You need to be there. Brother Mike, now listen. Now it's time for next steps. Next steps. It's the second half. It's the second half of today's Onboard Live. And I'm going to turn it over briefly to my co-host, Mr. Mike Johnson. But I'll be back shortly, family. Don't go nowhere. Over to you, Mr. Mike Johnson.
Believe me, family, she will be back. We have a very, very special surprise and next steps for each and every one of you. Now, many of you have attended some of the various trainings we've done in the past, and we talk about the asset accumulation. And one of the things that we share for the very last assets, because all of these assets are available to you and so many more, but one of the assets that we always list is that GS Lifestyle Card. And there are people that have said, well, how do you consider that an asset? Because each of the assets that you see here, most people ask, well, now that we have these assets and they're making all of this money, how do we pull the money out? Well, welcome to GS Lifestyle Cards, because that card is like having a virtual bank in the palm of your hands. And in many aspects, it's even better than your traditional banks. Now, notice there are 5 cards over here. These 5 cards start out with our basic card, which gives you access to $500,000, We're talking about $500,000. Then if you stepped up to the aluminum card, $750,000. For those who want to get that stainless steel card, that's a $1 million access to. Now remember, these are debit cards. They're not credit cards. The difference is you just have to have that amount of money in your account. And we're going to show you how you can get that money in your account later. But understand, family, we're talking about stainless steel getting you access to $1 million. And those who have gold-plated cards, you get access to $2 million. And oh, by the way, if you really want to swing for the fences, we have our solid gold card. Let me explain. Unlimited access. So if your account has, let's say, $150 million, you have access to every dime that's in your account. It's a debit card. Now, I could sit here and talk to you for days about this, but it's not about Mike Johnson, and it's not about me trying to convince you of anything. Miss Nicole Nikki Knox said, we just share information and collect decisions. Take a look at this. Wait till you see this video, friend.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.
Family, I get excited every time I see that video, but let me tell you why I'm truly excited today. Because today we have one of the most effective trainers on the planet, Miss Nicole Nikki Knox, that's going to share with you how you can take full advantage of that GS Lifestyle card. It is a true honor for me to be able to say, Nick, you have the mic. Back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. I just stopped my screen share and you have controls. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, let's get this started.
Move this over here. Put this over
here. Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's go.
We love you.
All right, family. Okay. Let me slide this up because I don't want it to get in my way. Now, today I'm going to do a GS Lifestyle training. I'm going to show you how to acquire and set up your GS Lifestyle card. And then I'm going to do the part that I like doing so much. I'm going to go into my GS Lifestyle back office and give you a live tour of what your GS Lifestyle back office dashboard will look like when you have properly registered and completed all the steps that I am going to go over today. Now, so the very first step in this is you have to be KYC approved in GS Partners before you can even start the process of acquiring a GS Lifestyle card. Okay, that is the very first step. So that part that Mr. Mike Johnson went over, as far as you getting your KYCs done, that is an important step in if you're looking to acquire a GS Lifestyle card. Once you've done that, you're going to go and you're going to go to the area where you can acquire a GS Lifestyle card. But before you get started with anything, I want you to click on the countries list. And I know you're asking, why do I need to do that? Well, there are certain states and countries where the GS Lifestyle card is not active as of yet. So you want to check to make sure that where you are, where you reside, the information that you will be uploading to your GS Lifestyle registration form, that area, that country, that city, that state is on the active countries list. Why? Because once you start the registration process, once you have acquired your GS Lifestyle card, if your country or your state is not on the active countries list, you will not be able to complete the registration. You will not be able to complete the next steps, the process to be able to take full advantage of this amazing card. Now, once you've done that, you're going to go to the GS Lifestyle cards. They have a tab on the side of what, as Mr. Mike Johnson called it, your control panel. You click on debit cards, and that very first selection that you see is GS Lifestyle cards. Once you click on that, you're going to go to this page, and you're going to decide which GS Lifestyle card best suits you. As Mr. Mike Johnson spoke, there are 5 GS Lifestyle card memberships, but you also have an option of starting with a starter card, which is not a physical card. It's a virtual card that you would have access to using the platform and taking advantage of the dashboard and the GS Lifestyle platform, but you would not have a physical card to be able to use in an ATM or go to your favorite restaurant or your favorite store and actually present them with your GS Lifestyle card. So you have 5 physical cards, as Mr. Mike Johnson went over, and they range from the basic all the way up to the solid gold. Now, depending on what your um, status is with your membership, will decide whether or not you will have how much that GS Lifestyle card will cost to acquire it. Okay, but it's a one-time fee to acquire the GS Lifestyle card. But based on the card that you get, there also will be some monthly fees. But trust me when I tell you, the monthly fees are minimal compared to the vast array of options you have in this GS Lifestyle card. I'm going to stop calling it the GS Lifestyle card. I'm going to call it a bank in your pocket, because that's exactly what it is. It's a crypto bank that you're carrying around in your pocket. Man, I'm getting fired up. Calm down a little bit. Okay, so once you decide which GS Lifestyle membership you would like to acquire, you're going to click on that particular card, and you're going to see the first screen. They're going to ask you whether you would like to purchase use which currency you would like to use, whether you would like to use Ethereum or whether you would like to use Bitcoin. And I believe they may also have the option of using USDT now. But you decide which currency you would like to use. Once you highlight that currency, you see how the B is highlighted in orange. If I had the Ethereum symbol highlighted, it would be blue and this would be grayed out. Once you decide which one it is you would like, you're going to click confirm. Once you click confirm, you're going to see this second screen here. The second screen is basically letting you know that you will pay, and it gives you the amount in the currency that you're using. So if it's Bitcoin, it's going to give you how many Satoshis of Bitcoin is the equivalent to the dollar amount of the cost of that particular GS Lifestyle card. And it's going to let you know which GS Lifestyle card it is. So let's say you meant to click on aluminum, but it shows that this is for the gold plated one. Then you know that, oh my goodness, I clicked the wrong one. Let me go back. So until you have clicked OK right here, you still have opportunities to correct anything that you did not do correctly be it choosing the currency that you wanted to use or the card that you wanted to use. But I want you to focus on what's in red. Like Mr. Mike Johnson said, when you see something in red, you want to make sure you read it and understand it before you continue. And this one says that this action is not reversible and the transaction is non-refundable. What that means is once you click on that OK, you can't go back. You can't say, oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's not reversible. This is on the blockchain. Once it's done, it's done. You can't pull it back out of the air. And it says non-refundable. As I told you before, that's why it's very, very important that you check that active countries list. Because if you are not in a country or state that has that is an active country or state for the GS Lifestyle card, you can't get your funds back. It is non-refundable. But once you've done all that, you've read all that, and you completely understand it, you're going to click on that OK, and then you're going to see that you have successfully subscribed to the gold-plated or whatever card you choose, and now you can proceed with the GS Lifestyle registration. And then you're going to click on Register Now. Once you click on Register Now, there's a form that you're going to have to fill out. And there's several pieces of information that they're going to ask for. All of these pieces of information are vital to setting up your GS Lifestyle card. So please make sure that you double check everything that you put in and that it is correct. The first thing is they're going to ask you for an email. You want to make sure that email is an active email, an email that you have access to, because once you've completed this registration, one of the first things that you're going to do, you're going to receive an email from them to confirm that email address. And you're going to, if there's any correspondence that they need to send to you, they will be sending them to that email address. Then you're going to pick a password. You're going to pick that password because once you get to the GS Lifestyle platform, that password is your key to getting into the platform. Then you're going to confirm that platform. Now we're going to get into the information that you have to put on there. You're going to put in your first name and your last name. You want to make sure that your first name and your last name is exactly as it appears on your ID, because there is a KYC process that also is required to go through for the GS Lifestyle card. You're going to put in the country. You're going to put in your birth date. Then you're going to go over and you're going to have to put in your phone number. It's a mobile number. They're asking for a mobile number. Reason they're asking for a mobile number, again, this is a number that some things may be sent to you to confirm. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is in that first box, they're asking for you to put in your country code. The country code is that first digit that you use when you're making a long distance phone call. For USA, that number is a 1. You click on that drop down and it will give you a list of different countries. You select the one that is for where you are, and then in the second half of that line, you're going to put in the other digits of your phone number. Then you're going to place your zip code. Then you're going to put in your city where it says city, where that you see that C. That's where you're going to put the city in which you reside in. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to put in your address. You're going to put the address in exactly as it appears on your ID. And the only thing that I say to not put in there is if you are where you live, if there's like a number sign before some numbers, like if you're in an apartment or a street where the street address, somehow some countries have like a pound sign that you have to use before you place in the numbers. You don't want to use that pound sign because for some reason that does not work and it doesn't accept it. So you would have to not place that in your address, but everything else should be in exactly as it appears on your ID. Now, this section right here, for U.S. citizens only, you have to provide your social security number. Now, I know some people are very leery of doing that. Why do I have to give them my social security number? I thought all of these things were, they wouldn't know about what I'm doing and this, that, and the other. But understand, you what you're looking at, you have to have the mindset that the amount of assets and the amount of legacy that you are building, anything that they may require for you to um, pay back or give to the country that you're in is in the form of taxes or whatever, would be minimal compared to what you will be amassing if you are serious about this opportunity. And understand, like I said, this card is absolutely amazing. Then you're going to place your state abbreviation, and that is also just required for US citizens. Once you have done that, you're going to click on the register now button. Once you click on the register now button, the very next screen you should see is you've successfully done it, and you're going to receive a confirmation email. The email should look like this. It'll be um, the background will be black and it will be in gold, like you see here. And you're going to see that they're thanking you for registering with GS Lifestyle, and now you're going to confirm the email. That's part of the validation of your account. So you're going to click on to confirm your email. Once you've clicked on to confirm your email, you are up and on to the races. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to log into your account. So you're going to go to gslifestylecard.com, or you can go to your control panel and click on debit card, and the very last selection under there is log into GS Lifestyle. You click on that and it'll redirect you to this page. You're going to place in your email address, and you're going to place in your password, and you're going to click on login. Once you click on login, the first thing that they're going to require for you to do is to start the 2FA process. So the first screen you're going to see is it's going to come up and it's going to give you three options of authenticators that you can download to your mobile device if you don't already have one. As Mr. Mike Johnson said in his presentation, most of us use Google Authenticator, but that doesn't mean that you cannot opt to use any of the other 2FA authenticators that's out there. There's several different ones. One may work better for you, but most of us uses Google Authenticator. So you select the one that you would like to use. Once you've done that, the screen is going, you download it to your thing. You're going to click on next, and they're going to give you a screen is going to pop up, and it's going to show a series of numbers and letters. The series of numbers and letters is your 2FA recovery code. Okay. It is imperative that before you move from that screen, you're going to have a QR code at the top, and under it, you're going to see that series of numbers and letters. It is imperative that you take a screenshot. If you're on a device that you can take a screenshot, if you're on your computer, if not, take your phone and take a picture of that QR code and recovery code, or print it out. Reason being, if something was to happen and your phone fell in the water or just stopped working, you would need that recovery code to be able to reactivate your 2FA, your Google Authenticator 2FA, to be able to get into your platform once you have activated or enabled, should I say, your 2FA on your account. So you want to make sure you make copies. Don't just make one copy. As Mr. Mike Johnson said, make several copies. You want to have a copy, and you want to have a copy of this for your beneficiary. Okay? You want to have everything that you do in this opportunity. If there's something that is needed to get into your account or do anything for your account, you want to make sure that you have a copy of that available for your beneficiary. Because once once you're gone, if you are the only person that have everything, and if you are the only person that knows where everything is, you have worked hard to build a legacy that will just be sitting because no one else knows what to do, where to go, and how to access it. I know that's not what we're trying to do here. We're wealth builders worldwide. So we're a well-rounded community. We're building wealth for ourselves, for now, and for generations to come. So we're going to properly set up everything. So once you've done that and you've completed the 2FA process, the very next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to go to the KYC process. Okay. So once you've done your 2FA, they're going to log you out and have you log back into your account again. You're going to put in your email address. You're going to put in your password. But now when you click on login, you're going to go to another screen and it's going to ask you for that 2FA code, which is a 6-digit code that now will be appearing every 60 seconds on your mobile device. Okay. Once you see that 6-digit code, while it's in blue, you want to enter those numbers. Once you enter those numbers and you click on login, it will complete the login process and then you will be into your account. But you still have more to do. The first screen you're going to see is going to ask you, what country do you reside in? You have to click on the country that you reside in because now you're about to do your KYC process. You click on that country that you reside in. Once you've done that, it's going to ask you what form of verification will you be using to verify who you are? Is it going to be your passport? Is it going to be a government issued ID? Or is it going to be a driver's license? You're going to choose which one you will be using. Once you have chosen which one you will be using, then it will take you to an area where they're going to ask you if you want to continue on the device that you're on. Now, for some people, they're not as tech savvy as others and know how to take pictures with the computer and do all the different steps to get it to upload everything onto your computer. So it gives you an option to move from the computer that you're on and finish the process on a mobile device. If you choose to do that, then you're going to click on you want to use a mobile device. Once you do that, they're going to ask you to verify your phone number. Place the phone number in. Once you place that phone number in, they're going to send, your email address. That's what you're going to put in. You're going to put in an email address. They're going to send you an email to that address with a link. You're going to go to your mobile device, open up that email, and you're going to click on that link that they've sent you. Once you click on that link, it is going to open up your screen, your mobile device screen, and it's going to look like you're getting ready to use your camera. It's going to tell you that you're about to start doing the KYC process, that you're going to be taking a picture. The first thing it's going to ask for you to do is take a picture of the front of your driver's license, government ID, or the front page of your passport. So you want to have that placed on a dark background, preferably black. You want to make sure that it's situated where you can see all the edges. Everything that Mr. Mike Johnson said. This KYC process is not something that's just for GS Partners, as you can see, or GS Trade, or even GS Lifestyle. For any platform where you have to do this KYC process, you want to practice the same thing, because if you do it correctly the first time, you're one and done. You completed it and you're good, and you now have access to the platform. So you want to make sure you have it on a black background, can see all of the edges. You want to hold your mobile device over your ID, passport, or license. You want to look through and you want to make sure that you can see all the information on that document, and it's clear and concise. Once you see that, you're going to tap the screen so it can take a picture. Once it has taken that picture, it's going to Make sure that it's got everything it needs. It can see everything it needs, and it's going to verify that it has captured the picture properly. Then it's going to tell you to take a picture of the back of your ID or your license, or it'll say it may say the back page of some back pages of passports have a page where it has a barcode or it has some information. When it says the back and you're using a passport, don't take a picture of the back of the passport. Don't take a picture of the back, the whole back. You want to take a picture, and don't take a picture of the back page if it's blank. It should be some information on the page that you're doing. That's if it asks you for that for the passport. But it will ask you for that for your ID or your license. So you're gonna turn it over and you're gonna do the same process that you did for the front. Once you've seen everything, you're going to tap the screen. It's going to take the picture. Once that is done, then you have one more thing you have to do. You're going to do a facial recognition, a selfie. So you're going to hold your mobile device up in front of your face. You don't want to hold it down and you don't want to hold it up too far. You want to have it eye level with your face, but you want to look slightly up. Reason being is when you're looking directly at the screen, you're not looking at the camera. The camera is usually at the top of your mobile device. And if you're looking directly at the screen, it's going to look like your eyes are closed. And remember, as Mr. Mike Johnson said, if you have glasses on your ID, you want to make sure that you have those glasses on when you go to take that selfie. If you have on a hat, it's going to be denied. It's not going to capture it. You want to make sure you're in as much natural light for all of these pictures as possible, but make sure you're in a well lit area. Okay. So once you've done all that, you've held it up, you're looking slightly up. So make sure you're not looking like your eyes are closed. The phone, the device is going to start to capture your face. And once it has done a complete facial recognition and that is complete, it will let you know that that is complete. And then it'll tell you that you can go back to your platform because the process of uploading your information has now been completed. Once you've done all of that, you have to take, it'll take some time. Nine times out of 10, your desktop or your computer has timed out. So you'll have to log back in to your GS Lifestyle platform. Once you log back in, this is the information that you're going to see. It's going to say waiting for verification approval. Please wait while processing. Okay, that could take any amount of time, but once it is complete, you will be able to successfully log into your GS Lifestyle dashboard. And once you do, this is what you will see. This is exactly how the GS Lifestyle dashboard is set up. Now, from this point of the presentation on, I'm going to go live. So I'm just showing you what it would look like. I'm going to go over a few sections of this before I do it. Now, as you can see, you have different options over on this side. You have over here in your lower right hand side, you're going to see this box here. Now, depending on the card that you chose when you first initially acquired your GS Lifestyle card, you're going to see that card type right over here in this box right here. If you got the virtual card, which is a starter card, it's going to say starter. If you got basic, it's going to say plastic. If you got that solid gold, well, the whole platform is going to look totally different. I don't have the solid gold. I don't have pictures to show you what it looked like, but understand it's on a grade level much higher. It's a whole different platform. If you gonna pay $35,000 for a solid gold debit card, you deserve to have the best of the best. And that platform is absolutely amazing. But this is the platform that most of us may see. Right here, it's going to have all your total balances of all the different things that all the different assets that you would have on your platform, as you can see, it says account. Account will be the 5 different fiat wallets that video that Mr. Mike Johnson played. If you have any balances in those fiat wallets, you'll see the balance, the total balance here. If you have anything uploaded on your physical card, once you receive it in the mail and activate it, I'm going to show you what that will look like to upload funds to your card. You'll have that here. And if you've purchased, or excuse me, acquired any crypto out of the 10 crypto wallets that you have, whatever your total crypto balance is, it's going to be here. And then at the bottom, you'll see the total amount of your assets. Now, I'm going to stop this screen share and I'm going to log into my GS Lifestyle platform so that let's see if it logs me out. All right. While I'm logging back in, because it logs you out quickly, that is a safety feature that is a part of the GS Lifestyle platform. Is there any questions that you have, Mr. Mike Johnson, or is there anything that you feel that I may have missed?
Wow. No, ma'am. No questions whatsoever. You're doing an amazing job. And just so you know, they are lighting it up on Onboard Live on the Facebook page as well. So people truly appreciate you taking the time to walk them through this process. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to you, Nick.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead. I was going to log in first, but I want people to see what the login process looks like. So let me go back and share my screen again. All righty. All right. Can you see my screen, Mr. Mike Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. We have you.
All right. Thank you. So this is what your GS Lifestyle platform is going to look like. You're going to put in your email address that you used when you started the registration. You're going to click continue. Then they're going to ask you for the password. You're going to put in your password. Once you've placed in your password, as I said, the very next thing is they're going to ask you for that 6-digit code that is going to be on that Google Authenticator that you downloaded to your mobile device. So you're going to find where you labeled it, and you're going to look for that 6-digit code while it's blue, and you're going to enter it into that field right there so that you can now be in your GS Lifestyle platform. You're going to click on continue. And this is what your GS Lifestyle platform will look like. Okay. Now, as I said, the very first tab you have is dashboard. This is what your dashboard looks like. These cards, these numbers on these cards are not real numbers. These are just numbers that they have there. Those are just cards there. Your card, you will see your card over on the side. As I told you, you're going to see what type of card you chose, and you'll see all of your account balances. Okay. Then you can scroll down a little bit, and it'll have some recent transactions as far as what you may have added to your account, which is the next thing I'm going to show you how to do. To go to your account, you're going to click on account. Once you go to your account, it takes you to the 5 fiat wallets that Mr. Mike Johnson spoke of. Very first one is USD. Then you got the JPY, which is Japanese yen. You got the British pound. You got the euro, and you have the Chinese yuan. These are the 5 fiat wallets that you have. You can place as much as you want in each wallet. That is totally up to you. All you do is you decide what you want to place in it, which one you want to do, and you will upload your funds. I'm going to show you how to go through the process of uploading funds to your USD wallet. Once you click on let me go back. You're going to place your cursor here, and you're going to click on the one that you want. Once you do that, it's going to give you the different options that you have. You have details, which is what the first screen is. You can move. Move is is what you can do to transfer. And this is amazing. If I wanted to send my daughter some funds, now this is where remittance, okay? I know some people have heard of this, especially in the islands and stuff, or different countries where people come and they make a nice living for themselves, and they want to send money back to help their families. Well, different companies are charging astronomical rates for that, okay? But if you um get you have your family members that's in that country acquire a GS lifestyle card, now you can place the funds on your GS lifestyle account, and you can go to move, and you can click on wallet transfer. And what you're going to do is you're going to select the beneficiary. What the beneficiary is the wallet that you want to move something to. Okay? Wait a minute, hold up. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is the one for e-wallets. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. That's when you want to move it from your USD to one of your other fiat wallets. I'm getting excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is if I wanted to move some USD and I wanted to convert it. Okay, so that's even better. When you're going out of the country, you're going to Europe, you're going to Japan, you're going to China, you're going anywhere. You have to go to these exchanges to do what? Exchange your US dollars, because a lot of these countries don't accept US dollars, and all of us know why. So you may have to exchange your US dollars into their currency so that you can utilize it and get things that you're going to need while you're there. Well, you don't have to go to these exchanges and pay those exchange rates. You can come to your back office, place your funds in your USD wallet, and then go right into your back office and literally move funds from your USD wallet into your Japanese yen wallet, your British pound wallet, your yuan wallet, your euro, wherever you need to. You can do that at the tip of your fingers. Yep, what I did was not, it was for a dramatic effect. Do you understand that? Like you don't have to do anything outside of this card. If you're going, if you're going on a month-long vacation, and we don't like to carry large lump sums of money when we're traveling, and we don't like to use our debit cards and credit cards and things like that, because we don't want to come back in debt after you've used your credit card on everything. So you can have that cash and wire transfer it. You can use your debit card to transfer it to it, or even if you have cryptocurrency that you have acquired, or that you have received as your reward, your income for sharing this with people, and you're getting paid in USD, you're getting USDT, you're getting paid in Ethereum, you're getting paid in Bitcoin. You have that sitting on your GS Partners dashboard. You can utilize that withdrawal button that Mr. Mike Johnson showed you, and withdraw it and deposit it onto your GS lifestyle card, and convert it from that crypto into USDT, into the, oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. You can do that, right? And go and have yourself a blast. And all you have to do, and I know people have done it where they've exchanged more money than they wind up using. Well, guess what? You can exchange it in increments. You can exchange how much you need, use that, and if you need more, go back into your back office, exchange some more. And if you need, if you're ready to leave and you don't need any more, now you can exchange it back from that currency back into US dollars, and you've done everything at the click of a button. All you got to do is have a smartphone or a laptop, and you have just did what? Something that I'm just saying, you're being your own bank. You're being your own exchange. You're being. I hear you laughing, Mr. Mike Johnson. I feel like you got something you want to say. What you got for me? What you
I'm
got for me?
sorry, Nikki. Let me ask you a question. When you mentioned if you're traveling in Europe with this lifestyle card, you can get the euro and fiat, or can't you simply swipe the card as well and won't it function in euro?
Yes. See, there's an area in here where it has settings, right? You can go to settings, and if you go to settings, you can choose what. Let me see if I can find it so I can show you. See, Mr. Mike Johnson, you start a lot of stuff. Here it is, right here in settings, and it
Thank
says
you.
preferred currency.
Correct.
Right now, I have mine set at USD, but you can change it. And if I change it, I can change it to whatever currency I want to. You see all those
Hello.
currencies? And when you choose which currency you want to use it in, you don't have to worry about going and getting the money off of the card. You can swipe the card. And do you understand that some of these countries, like the US dollar, is only worth $1 here, but it may be worth what, $1.20 or $1.04. So you're actually swiping the card and you're getting it, and you're using less. Like, all of this is available to you. Do you understand when I said the monthly membership fee that you have to pay is minimum compared to all the different options that you have within this one amazing platform? Do do you do you feel what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm putting down? Mr. Mike Johnson, you got anything you want to say before I go on to the you just started it now.
I'm sorry, Nikki. It's just that I spent a small fortune in fees to trade fiat US dollars into euro digitally, and they charged me like $3,000 over the course of a year. And you're telling me I can do that right here seamlessly. Don't even have to deal with. When I say that
Go
this is,
outside.
yeah, traditional banks charge you a small fortune. That's why when I say you have a virtual bank in the palm of your hand, or as someone said, in your wallet, come on now. Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You just add fuel to the fire. I see how you do. Now I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about when I talked about the remittance. This is the part that, see, you can pay.
Hold 1 second, please. Hold
Up,
1 second,
up, You getting
because
ready to poke the bear? Yes,
my
sir.
my hand has been up and y'all just totally ignored it. But Mr. Johnson alluded to the point that I wanted to bring. My settings, I'm talking about me now. My settings are in euro because you get more value out of the euro currently than the US dollar. So let's say, for example, my wife purchased a vehicle for 18 grand. She did it in euro with the swipe of the card. So she only spent 15,000, which gave her a savings of 3,000. This is the power of foreign exchange or Forex. It's all in your card. You can evaluate or check to see how much value any of those currencies have against each other. So I look right now, the euro's sitting somewhere around, for every €1 is $1.07 US cents. So that means that I'll get a little more bang out of the buck if I keep the value system in euro. And then I can pay for different things here and even save even more. That's one of the powers of the card. Back over to you.
And see, if I had a mic, I'd drop it because you just started some stuff. Mm, mm, mm. Do you see what I'm saying, family? Like, this man just said that his wife purchased a vehicle, a $18,000 vehicle, and just because he was able to just go into his settings, change it from, look at the power of the US dollar and the euro and all the other currencies, and decide for himself. He ain't had to ask nobody, could he do it? None of that. He decided for himself which one made more sense, and he chose it. And then he went and he acquired a vehicle and saved $3,000 on how much he had to come out with, because he was using a currency that was more powerful than the US dollar. And this is yet one more thing. you have in the palm of your hands when you have a GS Lifestyle card. Brother Eric, you finished with that now? Okay.
I can go a little further if you want me to, but
No, I don't want you to because I'm already over here sweating.
Back over to you, Miss Knox, Mr.
Yes,
Johnson. Great
I'm
training.
already over here sweating, sir. Look, now, as I was talking about the remittance and the different things, like you can send stuff to friends or family, but this is the section that I'm talking about here. You can send with no fees from your wallet to another member, which is another person that holds a GS Lifestyle account, because they don't have to have a card, because you're moving the funds from your e-wallet account, to their e-wallet account. So they could have just an account, just get the starter card, but they have an account. Okay? They don't have the card yet, but they have an account. So you can select to decide to send them some money. You go into your back office. You select who you're going to send it to. So all you need from them to do that is their wallet address, their e-wallet address. You see this account number right here? This is their e-wallet account number. So once they give that to you, you place that information in. All you do is do this. You put the wallet information. You put a name. You decide what you want to name it. If you don't want them to know who the person is, now when I say them, sometimes you never know. You never know who may have to see or wind up seeing anything. This is your account, but just in case, if you don't want them to know who the person is that you're sending to, you can name this whatever you want. You can name this Gold Buddy. Don't know who Gold Buddy is, but you do. You can do that, but you got the wallet number, and that's all that counts. Because wherever Gold Buddy is in the world, you're going to be able to send it to their wallet number. But guess what's best? You're doing all of that for no fees. You've just sent your family member that has a GS Lifestyle account $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. You get what I'm saying? That $20 up to $35, even if you have the solid goal and you have to do $500, are you understanding what you are getting for that monthly membership fee? It way outweighs that membership fee, because every transaction for that gold, that solid gold, everything you do, like I don't even think they charge you anything for anything. I'm gonna just go ahead back to what I was doing. Okay, now to deposit to your USD wallet, you can choose, as I said, you could convert crypto to USD. When it says crypto deposit, basically all you would be doing is selecting some crypto from a crypto wallet that you have crypto in, BTC, ETH, USDT, whichever wallet it is, because you have 10, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. You select the currency that you want to use, and you're going to place an order. Once that order has completed, then the USD amount for that order will be placed in your wallet. That's how you do it when it's crypto. If you're doing local US bank, that's going to be where you're going to be doing a wire transfer. And that's information that you would get. You contact your personal concierge that you have. You have a concierge that you go in, you talk back and forth with them via a chat, and you'll tell them that you want a wire transfer, you need the information, and they will give you all of the information you will need to take to your bank to send your wire transfer to where it needs to go. Like, where else you don't have to search for it. All you have to do is say what you need, and they give you everything you need. Or you can use a debit or credit card. Now, when it comes to the credit card, I want to explain something to people. When you're using a credit card and you're uploading funds, you have to remember you can have a credit card that has a 10,000. Okay, that is the amount that you would be able to use to send funds to your USD wallet. So you can use a credit card or you can use your debit card. Once you decide what you're going to do, you place the amount that you want to bring over into your platform. You place the amount here. Once you do that, it's kind of light, but there's a little box here with some information that says I have read and agreed to the outbound transfer agreement. You're going to click that box, and once you do that, it's going to give you a summary of what the whole transaction is going to be. Okay, it's telling you that you're going to be sending, and when I say sending, you're sending it from your debit card to your e-wallet. So you're sending $100 to your e-wallet. It's going to be a $3 fee, and the total amount that will be removed from your debit card is $103. So once the transaction has completed, you're not going to be getting $97. You're going to get $100 because that's the amount that you want. The fee they're showing you is added to the total amount that would be removed. And right here it tells you total amount to receive $100. Once you click on the confirm button, then it's going to take you to the screen where you're going to enter in the account information for the card that you are using. Okay, you place all that information in, you click the pay button, and you wait for it to successfully be completed. If it does get declined, it's very possible that it has something to do with your bank. Then you would need to call your bank because some banks have some type of a fraud protection where if you're sending funds and it's something new and they're not sure that it's you doing it, you have to call them. Or they may send and they'll send you a text message. My bank does both. Sometimes they'll send me a text message and I'll have to reply that it is me. And then they'll allow for the thing to go through. Most times they let it go through, but every now and then they just want to make sure. And that's how you would complete placing funds in your USD wallet. Withdraw is just the opposite. If you're withdrawing, you're going to be withdrawing it from the platform and it's going to be going back to your personal bank account. Okay. You'll enter that information in where you want it to go and do the withdrawal. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the cards. Now, you have a card here. You have the card. You have an account number. This is an account number. This is not my card number. This is an account number. Okay. And it gives you some information about your card. It shows you your last 4 digits. It shows you when your card expires. These cards expire every 5 years. And understand that one-time fee that you pay to get the first card is just that, a one-time fee. Before your 5-year expiration date, the company will create and send out another card for you. And that's even if you have that $35,000 solid gold, which is 2 solid ounces of pure gold. You get another one sent to you in 5 years. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to upload funds to your card because there is a difference. One is a platform. One is your e-wallet. That's where you'll be able to do different transactions online. Okay. Do things through here, do transactions within your platform. But let's say you want to go and take somebody out on a date, or you want to go and buy a car. Or guess what? Because as Mr. Mike Johnson said, these cards range from $500,000 to unlimited. So you could go and buy a house at the swipe of a card. That's how phenomenal this card is. Okay. But you only have to have the funds on this card that you want to have on this card. Okay. That is all you have to have on there. You don't have to walk around with $1 million on your card. You're walking around with $1 million on a card that you could wind up leaving or somebody stealing your wallet and having access to your card. That's another feature that I'm going to tell you about before I finish here. You can place $1,000 on your card, but you still have $1 million on your platform. When you go to swipe your card, you have $1,000 to use on that card, but you need 2,000. Guess what? Go on your platform, move another 1,000. You can use that too. So all you would do is go here, you click on card, you go over to load. When you click on load, it now tells you what your available balance is in that account wallet, that USD wallet I told you about. You have the funds here. You tell them how much of those funds you want to move to your GS Lifestyle card to go and do some outside transactions. And you do that, it shows you what it is. And guess what? It's dollar for dollar. There's no fees to load that money to your card. You click on confirm, and then you're going to use your Google Authenticator again. You have levels of security for every transaction you do. Okay, you go to your Google Authenticator, you find a number, you type it in, and you click on confirm. Once you do that, you just wait for the process to complete. Transfer done. Transfer successfully completed. You click OK. I now have, just that quick, I have $50 on my GS Lifestyle card, and you saw that it said 0 at first. I now have $50 on my GS Lifestyle card that I can go do whatever I want to do. That's how quick it is. That's how easy it is. Because let's say I was somewhere and God forbid somebody stole my wallet and my GS Lifestyle card was in there and I had $500,000 on this card. Well, guess what? All they're going to get is a card. Because what you're going to do, you're going to click on here, you're going to go to your computer, you're going to click on there, and you're going to click on unload. Once you click on unload, they're going to ask you how much you want to unload. You're going to type in that $500,000, and you're going to go down, and you're going to click on that confirm, and you're going to put in your authentication code, and as quickly as that money was placed on that card, it's going to be removed from that card. So now all you have to do is now go to your concierge on your platform and say, hey, here, look, someone stole my GS Lifestyle card. What do I need to do to get another card sent to me? And they will tell you what it is they'll need for you to do. They'll get your information and they'll send a new card out to you. That person is walking around with a card that they think is a credit card because it looks like it, because it has a MasterCard logo. You can use it wherever MasterCard is accepted, in a bank machine or in a store. You have that. They're going to think they got something that's got a lot of money on it. But guess what? They got something that they be like, this person broke as a joke. No, they not. You just thought they was. I got my money. What you got? Man, do you see what I'm saying here? Like, you have all of this available to you. If you're traveling somewhere, you can go in here and you can tell them where you want to go, how many people it is, when you want to leave, when you want to return. Give them any specifics that you want to have for your vacation. You can tell them, I want a black car to pick me up at the airport. I want us to be returned to the airport when we leave in a limousine. And they'll make sure that black car is sitting there when you get off of that plane. And they'll make sure that limousine is in the front of that hotel or that resort that you're in and take you to the airport when you're ready to go home. They're going to complete everything. And as long as you have the funds on your platform, be it in crypto, or because they'll ask you, do you want to pay for this in crypto? Or do you want to pay for it in fiat? You tell them what wallet you want them to take it out of, and they will do all the heck. They're going to do everything for you. They done planned out the whole thing, paid for it for you, and they're going to send you a beautiful printed out itinerary, letting you know everything that you have to look forward to in your vacation. And all you had to do, once again, is come to here, your back office, and put in this information and let them do the work for you. Shopping, same thing. You need to find a pair of tennis shoes. I used this to find a pair of tennis shoes that I could not find for my grandson. He told me he wanted a pair of tennis shoes for his birthday. I placed the information in here, gave him as much as I could. They sent me back what they found. They found the shoe for me, and I told them, take it out of my USD wallet. They paid for it, and he got the shoes by the time I needed for him to get them. Where else? What other card? Any card. Yes, there are crypto cards out here. There are debit cards out here. There are credit cards out here. But any of them do all of this? No. I'm not even going to wait for you to answer. That's a resounding no. And you can get paid for shopping, okay? You could go to any of these sites. And one of the most popular ones they have on here is Amazon, right? You can click on, let's say you want to get $500 worth of stuff from Amazon. You go here, you type in Amazon here. They're going to bring it up. I might want to spell it right though. Search for Amazon. Amazon come up. You can get anywhere from a $20 to a $2,000 gift card through Amazon. You're already spending $500 because there's $500 worth of stuff you want to get from Amazon, right? So you to place the stuff in your cart. You come here, you purchase a 500, let's say 550 to make sure you cover everything. A $550 Amazon gift card, right? You've done that. You're gonna get 1.5% instant reward back to you just because you use this platform to get that Amazon gift card. Now you take that gift card.
Would you explain what instant really means in this case?
Instant means now. It means soon as you do it. Like once you have acquired what you're getting, they tell you what they're giving you and they load it into your wallet. Instant. As Dr. Curry would say, now o'clock. You get it instantly. And you're getting everything you've gotten. So you've purchased what you were going to purchase anywhere, and you've gotten a discount for it because you got a reward back for just using this platform. That's one of many things that you could do. I could go on forever and ever about the amazing platform and the amazing usages of this GS lifestyle card, but I'm going to stop right here because I know I've given you more than you expected, but there's so much more that I haven't even touched on, family. If you live in a country or a state that has a GS lifestyle card active and you are a part of GS Partners and you have not, because if you're in the crypto space, one of the biggest issues is, okay, now I'm getting this crypto, but how do I use this at places that don't accept crypto yet? What do I do? This is the answer to that solution. This is the answer. So even if you're in a country that is not active, guess what? If you're building a team or if you know people that need something like this, you got to share this with them. You have to. And because you share it with them and they decide to get it for themselves, guess what? You, as long as you're an active partner in GS Partners, you will get rewarded. You will get paid for that.
Wait.
When that person decides that they want to make a purchase and they swipe their card, you're going to get something for that. Just because you invited them to get this card that's going to change their lives. And it may be only 1 cent here, 2 cents there, 15th of every month. You see that your platform will look like a ticker tape. But guess what? That's 1 cent or 2 cents or however many cents it is that you didn't have to do anything but invite this person to get something that they needed for themselves, and they're using it for themselves, and you're being rewarded for sharing the information. That's what we do in every part of this amazing opportunity. We share the information and we collect decisions. Man, that's the end of my presentation. I hope I gave some people on here some valuable information and allow for them to see how I see this amazing GS lifestyle card. Back over to you, Brother Mike.
Wow. All I can tell you, family, is wait till you see the replay. That was incredible. Thank you, Miss Nicole Nikki Knox. Now, traditionally, family, we allow Miss Nicole Nikki Knox to do a recap, but I'm tired and I need a break to try to recap what she just talked about. But let me say this. Everything that we share with you, you have access to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All you have to do is go to the Onboard Live Facebook page. and simply subscribe to that Facebook page. And you will have access to that information 24/7. You may want to share that Facebook page out because it's going to help you to train your people. But what you basically received today was a masterclass in that some of the many various aspects of that GS lifestyle card. Now, we had a little fun at Miss Nicole Nikki Knox's expense, and we poked the bear a little bit. And we're not calling Nikki a bear, but we like messing with Nick. But here's the thing, and I say this very humbly. What you have in the palm of your hands is far more powerful than most of our traditional banks, because most traditional banks, you got to jump through multiple hoops to try to change fiat currency or US dollars into euros or Japanese yen or anything you want to change it to. The British pound, do you know how much paperwork you got to go through to do that? And with this GS lifestyle card, it's the click of a button. And when you can swipe your card and purchase a vehicle, or swipe your card and purchase a home, I'm just saying. So Miss Nicole Nikki Knox, I'm giving you a few minutes to just catch your breath, because what you did today was masterful. Family, if you could, in the chat, please put some love in there for Miss Nicole Nikki Knox and show her how much you appreciate what she has generated, because this training was phenomenal. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. That being the case, now that you've had a chance to catch your breath, Nick, I'm going to get out of the way. And I can't think of anything else you need to recap, but if you have recharged that battery of yours, I'm turning the mic back over to you.
Whew. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, I had to get me a sip of something because I'm telling you, I know. Ooh, I need to check my blood pressure right now because when I talk about the things that we have here, I can't. I get overly excited, family. Let me tell you, that wasn't an act. I gave you everything that I really feel about this GS lifestyle card. It is absolutely amazing. I have no recap. If you didn't catch the excitement and the amazement that I have about this card, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. And with that being said, family, listen, I'm going to just go to the announcements so that we can go on and move on to what we say is some income producing activities for the day. Yes. And we're starting out at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our very own Crypto Nurse, Team Believe and Team KQ presents Time and Money Freedom with Miss Jocelyn Burrell. She's here this Sunday and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's going to show you how to get paid instantly, 24/7 in assets. I'm not even going to name all the assets because they expand every time we turn around. But everything you get paid in here is assets, family. Take a screenshot of this. The meeting ID and the passcode is on the screen in all caps, freedom, because that is what it's all about, family. And then, man, again, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, you remember when I said that how you can, people in your downline, part of your team, if they acquire the GS lifestyle card, how that would how that would affect, what you're able to receive. Like you're gonna receive something from them doing the initial acquisition of the card when they pay their monthly fee, when they swipe their cards. But guess what? You want to be there tonight so you can get as many people in your downline. You want to be there tonight because Brother Eric Teray Muhammad, Sister Yatira X, and Mr. Michael L. Dalco is going to lay it down for you. When you leave this platform, you are going to know how to find business partners. You can't possibly not know. Now, there's a saying that I got from my friend, my co-host, and I told him I was going to use it once and I was going to give him the credit for it, and after that, it belongs to me. But if you don't know how to get a business partner after you've been on there, man, your wood not only wet, it's warped. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. You will know, if you want to know, you will know how to get, find, acquire, keep, and find quality business partners in this amazing GS Partners opportunity. You want to be on the platform tonight. Goldbox.info. The Zoom ID is on the screen. To get the password, get back to the person that invited you to this amazing opportunity, and be there, family. And don't just come by yourself. You need all of you. Like Mr. Mike Johnson talked about a 9-level compensation plan. Do you realize if you come by yourself, yeah, you'll get a good education, okay? But man, what will happen if you bring your team and they get lit? That 9-level compensation plan wouldn't be able to hold what could happen to your phenomenal organization. Man, take a screenshot of this and make sure you're there tonight with pen and pad in hand, because this is going to be one amazing Sunday night trainings, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there on goldrocks.info. And listen, family, I don't know if you know, but I need you to understand that this global event right here, and it's online. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's not in person yet. We're not there yet. But this online event right here, that's going to happen on June 18th, look, it's from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I really don't even think that's enough time, because the information that you are going to receive, look at the people that is on this flyer here. You got Dr. David Hollins. You got Dr. Rhonda Hollins. You got Dr. Dominic Curry. You got Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. You got the coach of coaches, Mr. Al Mary. You got my co-host, the numbers gentleman Johnson, Mike, the numbers gentleman Johnson. You got our very own, what did they call him? Crypto phenomenon, Mr. Stephen London Morris. And you got, the man's name is Crypto Steve. Like when somebody's first name is preceded by an, like, Crypto Steve, that tells you what you gonna know. What you gonna know when he gets finished with you? You gonna know a lot more than you think you gonna know, man. Crypto Steve, and then we got Mr. Fard Mati, and this gentleman brings something special to everything that he shares, because he has a passion and a fire for this amazing opportunity, family. Look at all the things that you're gonna learn: how to get started right using MetaMask, cryptocurrency basics. You're getting building a team, leadership, Lydian World by the numbers, financial education, Lydian World strategies, and recruiting mastery. And the ticket price is only $40. You are getting $1 million worth of information here. And the ticket price is $40. If you have not registered for this online event, after you get off of this right here, and before you go to the 3 o'clock, you need to register for this. Because if you're not here, you playing with this thing, as some might say. You playing with it. Because what you don't know, they're going to let you know how to know what you know. See, I fire myself up every time I talk about these things. Family, listen, you want to make sure you register for this. I take a screenshot, send it out to your downline, and the cost of the event should not be an option, because if you're in a wealth building mindset, doesn't look at how much I have to spend to get the information. A wealth building mindset is going to say the amount of information I get from there, what is the potential of what it can make me. That's what a wealth building mindset thinks about. the value of what they are going to give you well exceeds $40. Well exceeds it. Man, listen. I'm going to slow it down a little bit and go to every Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brother Eric Teray Muhammad brings our very own classes in session. And you want to get yourself fired up early in the morning so you can start your day and get it going the right way. You want to get some education, some motivation, some inspiration. You want to tap into classes in session. It streams live on various Facebook pages, and you can also find it on Eric Teray Muhammad YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and share. And every time that he airs a classes in session, you'll be notified if you click that bell. Family, every Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you want to be there. And when we're there, we have to decompress. And how do we decompress? At 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Monday through Saturday, we convene at the Believers Huddle. The only thing we ask to be a part of the Believers Huddle is that you be a believer. That's all you have to do. Half of these people on here aren't a part of Team Believe, but do we care? No, we don't, because we are family. This is not just a business venture. This is a family business where each and every one of us is the CEO of our own corporation, which under the umbrella of the conglomerate of Wealth Builders Worldwide. That's what this is. This is a family thing right here. And every day, Monday through Saturday, at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you just don't know what you might get from coming to the huddle. But I guarantee you're going to get something. You're going to get something. We pray together. We cry together. We sing together. Me and Mike Johnson dance together. Don't tell nobody, though. That's what we do. That's how it is. Take a screenshot, family. The Zoom ID and the passcode is on the screen. See you at the Believers Huddle on Monday, 9:15 a.m., family. Oh, man. The day has been absolutely amazing. It has been absolutely amazing. I'm smiling. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm just smiling about what today's Onboard Live has done for me. And I hope it did something for you, family. Oh, man. But this Sunday and every Sunday, we here 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you more of what you got today. I hope we gave you some type of value today. I hope we did. Man, take a screenshot. It's here for you every day. And remember, if you have a question, send it to lifeisgolden24@gmail.com to get your questions answered. And to get them answered live every third Sunday, do the same thing. With that being said, man, I can't say no more. I just think we just need to go out here and share this with everybody in the world because they need this. And we have what they need. But they won't know it if you keep your mouth closed. Family, I love you all. Let's do some income producing activity. Brother Mike, take us out.